Alright, everyone, we are starting to hit to the point where teams are starting up their games. As you can see from the bracket, we have 7 teams. We unfortunately had a last minute cancellation, so that means that Becky's Boobs, classy name by the way, has managed to get a free round bye. There will be Bambros against Orange Juices, and Jeb Stewart Waiters versus Throw for a Blow. These are unfortunately games that we cannot cover. However, we will be covering the Soul Torn Warriors versus Becky's Babes. Now, a lot of these teams that participate in the Party Brawls, there are quite some that participate once or participate multiple times on different teams, but these are two names that we've seen a lot throughout all of these. Becky's Babes participating since I believe the second one, or the first one that's on Battlefly, and Soul Torn Warriors very close to it in how much that they've participated. So we've got two veterans here.
No, I'm pretty sure they've both been since the very first one. I'm pretty sure. If not in that specific name.
Yeah. I don't have the links readily available to look at the first Party Brawl.
Yeah, we originally didn't do it on Battlefy. We did... I think it wasn't until the third one we did on Battlefy.
You could say that yeah. And that's what makes it the most confusing, due to the fact that the Party Brawls, ever since the third one, like, it's the third party tournament, but it's called the first Party Brawl, because the other ones were not called Party Brawl, they were called something else.
That's actually funny, because they were called Party Brawls. I know because I came up with that name.
And it's a nice name for it, too.
Oh, thank you.
So we are waiting on one more person from the Soul Torn Warriors side. I believe it's the person that they've been missing ever since.
Yeah, they need a top laner.
So, is there any input you want to provide here about these teams that you've seen before?
Not really. Didn't the Soul Torn Warriors win one?
Yes, they did. They have won, I believe, the second one or the third one.
And Becky Babes has also won one. So they both won. They might have. No, just one each. Yeah, I don't have the history either up, so.
Well, thankfully we can know that the Battlefly website is being very unresponsive for me. It's sassing me to levels that I've never seen before.
Holy shit. What was wrong? It's just going slow?
You know it's sad when a website sasses you.
I give you that. Getting an LCS order is going to be a little bit difficult with us and the spectators.
Probably, yeah.
Alright, well. Looks like they're taking some time to develop a strategy before they get into picking barrels. Saying that they got a fresh stuff for their top.
Ha 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 ha, alright. Based on this, Becky's Babes has won Party Brawl number 3. The winner of Party Brawl number 2 is Soul Torn Warriors. And the winner of the first Party Brawl is Becky's Babes. So far,
really?
Becky's Babes has won twice, and Soul Torn Warriors won once.
Hmm.
Ever since they were hosted on Battlefly, anyways. I believe the first 2 that were not on Battlefly were won by other teams.
Oh, well, the very first one was the Damn It Kids.
Yeah, the very first one was the Damn It Coalition.
No, we call them what they are, kids. Around here, at least.
We only refer to them as the most correct term, children. And then the second one, I can't remember what the group was, but it was a team that joined the Warriors of Azire server, but was a team that was on its own already. Just joined the Warriors of Azire to possibly look for other substitutes.
Oh.
And they left shortly after, so I have no idea who they were.
What was their team, then?
I have no idea.
Oh, no?
Nope. The second tournament wasn't hosted on Battlefly, so there's no real records of them.
Yeah.
And considering that the chat has always been deleted in the past of, like, all the pings and everything, there's basically no record of them. We'll just call them ghosts.
Oh, you know what? It's probably an announcement. Let me see if I can't get that.
Can we watch either C3 or C4? We're currently watching C3 right now.
Yes.
The moment it gets started, it will be what we're watching.
Yeah, like I said, we're giving Team 2, the Soul Torn Warriors, a little bit of time to prepare because they got a fresh sub.
So it looks like we do have LCS order instantiated right now. We've got Saturn Push versus Soongale on the top lane. We've got Koopa Star for the win, and Mr. Duck 2 in the jungle. We've got Kite and High Jenny in the mid lane. And ZZ Bilbo Swaggins and Becky versus Soulite and Blurromer. And it looks like both teams are giving up the ready check. So very shortly we will be in Champ Select. And then we can get away from this very mediocre wait screen. And we're now in Champ Select, so let's get started. We see the first ban coming out. It's an Ashe ban.
Well, you know.
Ashe could be a very
Ashe is pretty good with glacial, what is it?
Glacial Fissure.
No. What? No. The mastery.
Ah, is that not Glacial Fissure? I never used that mastery personally.
Yeah, me neither, but I'm pretty sure it's not called Glacial Fissure.
Well, Glacial something.
Glacial something, there you go. Jack span.
We're the most knowledgeable.
That Jack span was because I know Carlos, who is Saturn Push, plays Jack, so a little bit of knowledge on the other team going in there. I don't know where that Fiora ban or Echo ban comes from.
Soulite does also play a lot of Ashe, according to the chat. And we also see a Kha'Zix ban coming out of Becky's Babes.
Kazakhstan isn't that bad. I wonder if they want to play a lot more squishy people, and they're trying to get an assassin out of the jungle.
Kha'Zix can be terrifying if he gets rolling quickly. We see the Akali hover.
Ooh, Draven, man. Nice.
Oh, but swap to Riven makes me believe that's an Akali's top instead of a mid. And it will be
Akali top is better than Akali mid.
Yeah.
But it probably could still be flexed.
As much fun as she is to play mid, it's very rough when most matchups are ranged into her, and
yeah,
it takes a lot.
Because most of what she does is harass melees.
Yeah, she's definitely suited to the melee brawl. Heh. Melee brawl, party brawl. We see a Vlad. That is interesting.
Yeah.
It's most likely a
Vlad
flat top.
does good into Akali. I feel like Vlad does pretty alright into Akali.
He's definitely got to time his pool correctly. Mistime that and you could easily falter. It looks
Apparently
like
Warwick is a hot pick this patch for some reason. A lot of Warwicks. Which is good. Warwick is pretty good spot anyways, whether he's like actually strong or not. Ooh, Zach's also real good. Oh, that was that. Gonna let it fall into Gragas. So far they're just picking in regular order. Or at least it seems.
Vladimir has yet to take off Smite. I wonder if that's something he's actually thinking about running. That would be an interesting decision.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
Undeniably interesting.
Yeah. And there's a Talon. I don't know if Talon's the best when they already have two like bruiser types.
Now, the Morgana hover makes me think that's actually a Morgana mid rather than a Morgana support.
Well, they've been picking in regular order so far. And the second phase is going to be entirely focused on bot lane. So
we're just going to have to see what ADCs these guys pull out. You already see the Lulu ban.
Lulu's a good ban.
I think Lulu's definitely an underrated champion.
Yeah, I know Soulite hates Lulu.
You don't have the heart.
There's a story behind that as well. I remember playing against him in a custom and him just getting absolutely annoyed by Lulu. Not gonna say who played Lulu. But we do see the Tristana ban come out and the Lucian ban come out.
I think the Triss ban is a lot better than the Lucian ban. I don't think Lucian's too scary right now, especially against a Vlad. I don't know. I don't really see that.
And the final Orianna ban. Not exactly convinced that it is an Morgana support or Morgana mid rather.
I don't know.
And Lucian is Soulite's one of Soulite's favorite AD carries.
Oh, is he?
That would be correct.
I still don't know about that Ori ban. Like, why not just ban Janna?
I think they're believing that that's a Morgana support, and they're gonna hold on to that decision until the very end.
I feel like... Oh.
It would be so amazing if they actually just kept picking in order like this.
They probably will. Oh, Vlad finally switched to TP a while ago.
He broke our hearts, our dreams of seeing a Smite Vlad top.
I was hoping.
I was hoping too. Perhaps that
I
also
think
influenced why they didn't
Jana's
want to ban Janna, because they were thinking about taking it themselves.
I don't know.
It's a great
That's
form of
still
it's a great form of disengage.
yeah.
Especially,
Plus they've got a full melee besides the obviously full melee from top jungle and mid. So Jana's gonna be real good for that.
it does appear that that is in fact a Morgana mid.
Yeah, I don't know why they thought otherwise.
Knowing Blair Ormer, he's not the type to play Morgana support, and Jenny is the kind of person that would play Morgana mid.
Well, I don't know who Jenny is, so I can't say anything to that. But they were picking an obvious order, and I
Not once
don't
did they
like.
break it. Those
Why
brave
would
souls.
you? Why would you pick Mord early? There's no reason to. Nobody's gonna ban Mord. So, I I see no logic to why they would ban Ori. No logic.
Well,
Ooh, it's gonna be a heal barrier bot lane for Becky's babes though.
regardless, it seems that we've got our matchups. We've got a Vladimir and a Kali top. Now,
Yeah.
as you said before, Akali does seem to have a harass disadvantage against a Vladimir. And Vladimir's pool can definitely cause a big problem for Akali later on, but what do you think the matchup will turn out to be? Do you think the Vladimir will overcome Akali, or do you think Akali will overcome the difference in the harass and take down the
Well,
Vladimir?
I think one of the biggest differences is they're both well, I guess it's not a big difference between them both, but they're both extremely hard to gank unless Akali's Shroud is down and unless Vladimir's pull is down. So I think whoever manages uh, those abilities better and gets a gank is gonna snowball. Because I can easily see it going into Vlad's favor. Vlad just gets way too much. He just gets Spirit Visage, and then what's Akali gonna do? Roam mid?
She's definitely going to have to pull off something pretty amazing if she's going to rely on roaming power. The Gragas and the Warwick, I can't imagine that Gragas would be any good in invading the Warwick. So I think it's going to come all down to gank ability, and I think they both have nice potential to become one of those heavy gank junglers and completely influence the game. What do you think?
Huh. I don't know. I feel like Gragas has so like no options in a gank. Because Morgana has Black Shield. Ezreal's safe as fuck. Braum can jump to Ezreal as he flies away. And Vladimir pulls. I don't they are so safe for ganks. It's almost like I can't see a situation in which Gragas can out jungle the Warwick.
So
Because Warwick can just one shot Talon with Morgana's help at level 6. I bet you.
Yeah, that Warwick is going to be scary to evade. So Warwick's
Yeah.
definitely going to be the one more favored in this matchup. What do you think about Talon and Morgana? Morgana's got some great wave pushing abilities. But do you think the assassin can come out on top?
I don't know how that one's gonna go. Because
Based
yeah, I
on
don't
my
know.
experiences, I would imagine that the Morgana will be incredibly difficult for the Talon to actually get in on to. Because when Talon goes in for that harass, for that burst harass, Morgana, a good Morgana, should be able to land the binding perfectly and be able to get some nice harass in return. And if she plays well with her W's and Q's with the Arcane Comet during the laning phase prior to that, if she gets Talon even to half health, I think Talon can very well easily be nuked. So I want to put the favor in Morgana in this case, but you never really know until you see the matchup. It's definitely not
I
heavily
don't
favored.
know. Because Talon's gonna rush Headshrinker. There's no reason for him not to rush Hex Shrinker. So Morg isn't really going to be able to blow him up that easily.
Not easily.
Obviously, there is that Morgana's going to get safe trade with her puddle, and Talon's going to have to kind of creep up onto her using his E to dash to a minion and try to get off his 3 Talon strike.
Oh, most certainly.
I feel like Morgana's harass is a lot safer than Talon's in that way.
And last but not least, we've got the bot lane with the Twitch and Janna versus the Ezreal and Braum. Ezreal bringing out a ton of poke, and Twitch bringing out that really high DPS. Who do you favor?
Also, Twitch went a lot safer with summons. He's got barrier and heal on Janna. So that's going to be like, it's going to be really hard to like actually, that's why I said, well actually I don't see an Ezreal fighting really. He might, but I really don't think it would come out all that great if they do get into a fight. Oh shit. That's a 5-man invade through the bot tri-bush. Twitch is going to be the first to see it if they go that way, but they see Twitch.
Spectator brings out a beautiful point. We've got 6 out of the 10
Oh my
people
god,
with
they're wrapping
stopwatches.
her out.
Looks like Superstar may be caught out. Larumor getting off 2 stacks, and the final stack almost landing on... Oh, and it does land on Gragas! They can't seem to do much with it. The Talon Rake does slow them down immensely. And nothing will be traded. No summoners, and very little health bar trades.
Yeah. Wait, no, they got Gragas Flash.
Oh, they did?
Which is actually pretty good.
Whoa, that was a loud noise. I should
Because
probably mute my alarms.
Gragas already has, like, so few chances to gank. Taking away his Flash makes him a little putty cat in the jungle.
And my league volume is muted.
Oh my god, Ezreal stole blue.
Oh, that is going to hurt heavily.
Oh my god. Is this the repeat of the Moo game?
Helps out a little bit on the Gromp, but then heads straight to lane.
No, I'll be honest though, blue buff on Ezreal though, that's probably...
It is definitely better than the game that we were spectating.
Yeah. Warwick is still level 1 after Gromp though.
He didn't smite, so it does beg to question, was that intentional?
I really... No, because you don't smite first buff. Or at least you don't as Warwick, because he has so much... Oh, bot lane's playing up, but they're getting so much harass by walking at them. Oh. I love how aggressive Red just was, but they just took like twice the amount of damage Blue did on their bot lane trade. That was crazy.
That is true. Gragas lost a huge gank ability. Gragas coming up for the Vladimir, looking for that body slam. Doesn't land it though. Takes
Vlad
2
did a
tower
nice
shots.
juke to dodge the body slam.
Indeed, that was well played.
Also, if I'm being honest, he probably could have fought in those minions.
Ooh, and there's that nice harass that Talon needs. Oh, flashes in for the ignite and hoping for another auto. Doesn't seem to land it. Jenny is getting very low, but will make it out.
I think that 3 Talon strike just hit him too.
That
But
flash and ignite was almost enough.
Well, again, that's also both his summoners down, and neither of Morg's. But Morg's...
Gragas should have queued before Eing. Yeah, that Q would have definitely helped him slow down his opponent in order to catch him out. Jenny's staying, refusing to say, I'm going to go back.
As long as
she is one of the safest farming mid laners. She can pull it off. A lot of poke damage coming out on Janna. Warwick near top lane, possibly looking to go into the enemy jungle. and sees that the wolves are cleared and says no. Gragas coming down bottom though. This could be bad for Soultorn Warriors. The stun does come out on Gragas, but the body slam hits the Ezreal and the Braum together. Ezreal getting very low to the Twitch poison and the E, but not enough to finish them off. Janna getting low in return, and they'll have to walk away with the flash and the heal burned from the Ezreal. Overall, a successful game.
Oh, is Gragas going back around?
He's looking for a return, but they know they do have that warded, and Gragas will just recall. So far, the one having the bigger early game impact is the Gragas.
Huh.
Vladimir building up a almost insignificant amount of CS difference. But Talon starting to build up a decent one, 10 CS difference. Could dictate how these lanes are going to go. Kali being pushed to her tower a lot. Who are we going to watch after this match? To keep us from watching the same teams over and over, we will watch whoever, most likely Becky's boobs versus the winner of that matchup. Timberlake had to take down the bracket, but whoever wins between Bam Bros and Orange Juices, I believe we will try our best to get into that before it starts.
Hopefully. Ooh.
Vladimir taking a turret shot. Kali could find her chance here, but doesn't decide to go for it.
That was a good back and forth between the two.
Indeed.
Vlad got lucky with being able to hit her with his burst.
All the Vladimir getting very low, but Kali low in return. She can't quite find the damage.
Yeah.
Her damage passive was not up either. Oh, the stopwatch may be enough to save Vladimir, but it will not be. The first blood goes to Kali.
That was pretty good.
It's definitely a close stopwatch from the Vladimir. But sadly, it was not enough. Kali getting that much-needed kill.
Ooh, Warwick might be going up for the return kill.
And we got the teleport coming in from Vladimir. Warwick seems to be dealing with the scuttler.
Oh my god, Warwick. Dude, put your eyes on top lane. He could have gotten that retribution kill, I swear.
Do you see Warwick heading over to his blue buff?
Yep.
That minion in the way is making it very difficult for Jenny to land that binding, and so she dies to the Talon combo. Very, very rough.
That was pretty rough.
Talon definitely making assassin mid laners proud everywhere. So we've got Warwick approaching the dragon. It is warded by Becky's Babes, but he's not going to do it. Like you see most Warwicks try to rush and solo it. Perhaps concerned that the Talon could roam in. Vladimir taking a lot of damage from Akali. We swap back to bot lane to see what's up.
Yeah. Talon was at my MIA, so doing that would have been a pretty big risk. Blue team has about 1,000 gold lead. Just in farming better.
And the 2 kill difference. The Janna flashes in for the Gragas gank to succeed.
Ooh.
The Gragas ult to get Braum away. The Twitch ult comes out. Ezreal low, but not enough. Janna takes an Ezreal ult return. Talon coming in for the finish. Exhausted by Braum immediately. But Braum gets nuked down.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Ezreal still
The
looking
Gragas
good.
gank was so bad.
Oh, the
Oh,
Talon gets
Talon's
in, but the
going in.
stopwatch will stop him in his tracks.
Oh my god.
And he will
League
die.
of stopwatch. Oh my god. Get it out of here.
Warwick finally comes bot, but Gragas is right there to meet him. The binding finds its target, but no follow-up.
Morg wants in. What was that?
The Akali burst damage hitting Vladimir like a truck.
Alright, I just want to say that Gragas gank was so bad because Gragas and Janna wanted the Braum, but Twitch wanted Ezreal. And like you gotta choose the same target, and it's whoever is out of position more. But because they just wanted to decide on two different people to hit, nobody died until Talon came.
Plenty more of Akali burst on Vladimir, him getting really low, looking for that return Q. Akali seems to be owning the lane pretty well. Definitely going to be rough for Vladimir for a while until he's able to get that Spirit Visage. I'm seeing a lot.
Well, he also had magical boots. There were 5 people magical boots.
Vladimir getting way out of position, trying to get that Q way too late, and Akali finding her mark gets another kill on this Vladimir.
Yeah, the two solo lanes look like they're just snowballing because they have better all-in potential. Ooh, that was a sick binding from Morg. Right around the minions.
Gragas looking for a gank, but can't seem to find one. He will be spotted out by a ward and stopped by the Morgana binding. Try again later. The Vladimir teleport comes in up top lane. Kali still has hers, so they could make use of this in the bot lane.
So,
We're just gonna have to see if they actually do.
yeah, by the way. 6 stopwatches and 6 magical boots.
The only stopwatches that have been burned have been on the side of Soul-Torn Warriors.
That too.
One did
Just
net them
crazy.
a kill, though. So not all unsuccessful.
Yeah, the Ezra one.
Yeah.
That was a good stopwatch. Or actually, that was a bad play from Talon for diving somebody who has a stopwatch.
Probably didn't expect that he had a stopwatch. I know I certainly wouldn't have.
I don't know. Ezreal usually takes inspiration.
Oh, Janna getting caught up in the binding and then dies.
Ooh. Janna got fucking insta-gipped right there. That sucks. She was just out of place, though.
Seemed like she tried to juke it at the end, but moved back too quickly. Vladimir once again looking for more harass. Akali coming in immediately.
Oh, Kali's like, boy, you don't
The
want
Vladimir
it!
ult down for an immediate kill, but doesn't seem to do much. The
Warwick is up here to do absolutely nothing. That's my favorite.
perhaps used Blood Sense a tad bit late.
A little
But
bit.
he's still sticking around. He's looking for that ult. If you can get something good off on Akali, this could be a kill. The Warwick counter jungling the Gragas' blue. We see some nice
Ooh, that's
harass
a
out
lot
with
of
the
damage
Braum.
on Braum. That's like half his health. Ooh, all in. The Kali couldn't quite dodge the burst. Ooh.
Akali timing her bursts beautifully between Vladimir's Q. Definitely going to be problematic for this Vladimir, but the Warwick comes in, and we go right back to the bot lane because top lane apparently
What?
isn't interesting.
Please. Oh, Akali's
So
got it out,
Akali's
though.
got an ult, but there will be nothing in return. The Vladimir getting really low,
Oh, turned it back? No.
but it seems like it will be an even trade. The Talon coming up, looking for that Warwick, gets feared. Talon saying he's not going away until he gets someone. The Vladimir flashes out. The Talon dives in, and with the Ignite, it will be enough to kill the Vladimir.
Oh, that was good.
Amazing. We see a little bit of harass out on the Twitch with the Braum passive up. Twitch does get stunned and knocked up, and then we're back up top lane. We see the Warwick get killed. The Janna ult saves the Twitch. The Ezreal flashes in, only to be stopped by the League of Stopwatches. Beautiful stopwatch by Twitch. Perhaps, as you were saying again earlier as well, with the Talon going so ham on the Ezreal for the stopwatch, Ezreal making the same decision when going in on Twitch. So we see someone pinging on the Dragon, perhaps an indication that they want to do it. 15 minutes, typically a time when the Dragon's first grabbed. Talon looking for a quick kill on Morgana, is going to get her very low, but the stopwatch will prevent anything further. And we see this Talon just bullying this Morgana out of lane. Definitely the two solo laners on Becky's Babes having the advantage. Both of them playing pretty well. The Warwick ult comes in on the Talon, the Braum passive. And he uses his own ult to get away, and he will be able to vault out into safety. Mr. Duck chasing with the blood scent. Will it be enough? The Talon turns saying, I can kill you, and he does. Warwick falls. And Talon gets away scot-free. That lethality Talon definitely should not be underestimated. Vladimir taking a lot of harass once again. With the inability to get much health back out of it. With his pool now down, he's at 200 health. Akali decides to tower dive. Uses the flash to ensure that she got out. The mid tower going down for the Soultorn Warriors. The Morgana ult hits 3 people. Twitch will fall easily. The stun hits out, and Janna gets really low, but is unable to finish the kill. Gragas getting hit by the binding. Gets quite low to the Ezreal, but the Talon is the one who will be found out and killed. Well done, Braum, Ezreal, and Morgana. They're looking to push this tier tower. And it looks like top lane tower went down for the Soultorn Warriors. Akali looking for more punishment onto the Vladimir. Vladimir not having enough healing and will go down to the Gunblade. Braum deciding to tank this tower shot will get executed for the tower, but it is only an execute, so not too bad. Akali looking for an answer of her own, tier 2. But we'll back off to the Mias of the mid lane. Or not. Still pushing up that top. Not at all concerned. Kali now getting pushed out by the Morgana. And this is shaping up to be quite the match. We've got a 3k gold lead in favor of Becky's Babes. With the Akali 5-0 and the Talon 4-2. Twitch and Janna aren't too far behind the Ezreal and Braum. In terms of gold, there's only a 200 difference between the AD carries and 300 gold difference between the supports. Oh wait, no, 200 gold between the supports. So, same difference. It'll all come down to the top and mid lane plays from Soultorn Warriors. The Twitch looking for that Vladimir. Giving him a lot of punishment. Vladimir looking for that slow. The Twitch ult goes down, and the Talon coming in to save the day. Twitch gets low, but he will not go down to the Janna shield and to his just natural health. Janna caught out by the binding, but no follow-up able to present itself. The Akali getting hit by the Braum passive. The Rift Herald is summoned mid for Becky's Babes. And no one else is here to stop this. The Twitch does go down to the Warwick suppression, but it looks like this mid tower is also going to go down. They're chasing down this Morgana, looking for that kill. Morgana looking for the return. Has to flash away to safety. The Talon does get stunned, but there won't be anything for it. And the Rift Herald hits the mid tower of the inhibitor. Talon again looking for that kill. Very, very hungry. They're thinking about diving, but they're hesitating to initiate on it, waiting for the Gragas to start tanking it. The Morgana gets nuked by the Talon and the Twitch. Soultorn Warriors are beginning to rotate bottom, but they will not be here in time, or will they? Vladimir comes in. The Talon is very low. The Gragas is also caught behind the entire team and goes down. Janna and Twitch will survive. But they also have to go up and deal with Akali because she's just pushing down the inhibitor tower as well.
Yeah, I like what Akali's doing a lot.
Definitely plays coming out of both teams, but Becky's Babes looking in complete control here. Almost to a 5k gold advantage. Soultorn Warriors looking for any turret that they can get. And they do need these turrets. The teleport coming in from the Akali. They're looking to close off these three. They get the turret, but Akali's here. Can she do anything? Is she going to do anything? The Vladimir teleport comes in for... Or Morgana teleport comes in for good measure. Morgana is here. The Morgana ult comes down, but so does the Twitch ult. Morgana taken very low. The Braum is in danger. Everyone else is dead. Braum is the only one left. The Akali is chasing hard. The Twitch expunge will be enough.
Akali 1v5 that in damage. Twitch just got 3 kills. Akali 1v5 that in damage.
Definitely a huge gold win for Becky's Babes. Turning that 5k gold difference into an 8k gold difference. Soultorn Warriors now have to play this very, very carefully now. So, if you were the Soultorn Warriors and you were in this kind of deficit, what do you think would be your way back into this game?
Tell my Vlad to stop dying like an idiot and stop trying to think he can fight the Akali. Farm up, get items, because right now you're sitting on a Spirit Visage and half an Hourglass. And give every single piece of farm to Ezreal to carry the game. Because Ezreal is this team's only saving grace.
Ezreal does so happen to have 3 kills and more gold than anyone else. They're looking to do Baron from Becky's Babes. They have no jungler nearby. They can't stop this unless a Miracle Steal, and it won't be. Gragas safely secures the Baron.
A little early on the Ezreal ult. Most unfortunate.
We will see some backs out of both teams. As you can only assume that Becky's Babes is going to be looking to push down this mid tower. Pairing with the red buff and everything. No, he's not flaming you on the Ezreal. He's just saying a statement, that's all.
I said a little bit early on the Ezreal one.
No, he wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
He was talking to Gear. The Twitch gets the Morgana, but is also rooted. The Braum tries to look for the passive stun, but can't find the damage to do anything about it. The Talon manages to catch the Ezreal out, the Warwick getting very low, and the Kali comes in for good measure. Doesn't actually get an assist, though. This will be the middle inhibitor tower. Talon looking to get that Vladimir. Jumping right over the Vladimir ult to push Talon away, but he's in the middle of all 5 of them. There's no way that he's going to survive this. He flashes out, but the Gragas ult would have completely crushed his dreams.
Gragas gave a little bit of BM.
This guy's been drinking just a little bit too much. This does seem like it will be the end of the game, but Braum and Morgana looking to change that, looking to say, no, we want to keep fighting. The Braum gets very low to the bursts. Morgana tries her best to throw out. They do manage to get Talon. The Warwick is nuked back in the back line. The Akali looking for the Ezreal and will get him.
Oh my god.
The Morgana pool will kill off Akali, but the Nexus is getting lower and lower as Twitch is hitting it. The flash from Briarius ensures that the Nexus falls down.
Nice.
GG Becky's Babes. GG Soul Torn Warriors.
You got dicked on. What went wrong there, Soullight?
Definitely not a good game for the Soul Torn Warriors, but
Oh no.
a beautiful game out of Becky's Babes. I gotta say, the Kali and Talon played very well. The Twitch didn't play bad either, just played a little bit more safe. The Gragas definitely influenced the lanes a lot more than the Warwick, ganking a lot.
That was the whole plan from the side bot lane to play safe.
Definitely. So now that we see that how this game ended, who would you give the MVP of this game to?
I'd give it to fucking Akali. I don't know if there's anybody else. Akali 1v5 that one fight in damage. I swear to you. And what's her damage? Okay, well, she tied with damage with Twitch, but I feel like her constantly pushing top and constantly roaming was like one of the biggest reasons. Twitch did do good. I'm not saying he did bad, but I feel like Akali just did a lot more with going into the middle of 4 of them and just fucking everything up.
I can't help but agree. I gotta give the MVP over to Akali. It seemed like she was such a terrifying force for that Vladimir to deal with, and definitely played her lane expertly well, timing her damage with within the time frames of Vladimir's Q, and was definitely a huge problem for people later down the road.
Alright, looks like Becky's Babe is against the throw for a blow now.
That does seem to be the case.
Are we spectating that?
Nope, we will be spectating the next matchup, which should be concluded soon. Let's see if we can try to find out how close that one is to being done. Because I definitely would like to...
We talking about Bambros and orange juice?
Yes.
Alright.
Because I definitely don't want to follow just one team throughout this. I want to see if I can try to get the other side of the bracket as well.
Yeah.
So, all in all, GG Soul Torn Warriors, GG Becky's Babes.
Yeah, GG Soullight. You got carried.
Let me see if I can't try to get a more updated bracket here for you guys.
Who's in Bambros? Let me see. Oh, if you have Deltrace added, you can watch your game that way. I say that like you don't have Del added. Probably do.
Well, considering it may be late for us to join, I guess we could do that to kind of catch the ending of it at least.
Yeah, see what it's looking like at least.
Let me go and throw down the... Try to throw down the game to spectate. Do you have him added?
No, I'll join your spectate.
Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, so I have the bracket updated a little bit for you guys. We are currently going to be spectating, one of the games that is yet to finish its first match, which will be, it's 10 minutes in, so we're not missing too much.
Oh, really?
That is correct. So, welcome everybody. If you're just joining us right now, we are looking at Bam Bros versus Orange's Juices. So it looks like we're 11 minutes in. We're at about a 500 gold difference, so nothing substantial yet. And it's 3 kills to 3. We're looking at a Mordekaiser versus a Rumble. A Rengar versus a Jarvan in the jungle. A Lux versus a Galio mid. Quite interesting. And a Tristana Braum versus the Varus Zyra.
I do want to note that Mord and Dell are both on their mains.
Bam Bros is the team that is on the red side, and then the Orange's Juices are on the
Rengar
side.
with a good gank on the Rumble.
Rumble getting very low. The stopwatch to try to buy time, but I don't think it'll be enough.
Gonna help.
Deltrice gets the kill.
That was good. That was a good gank from Rengar. Lane ganking from second bush.
Definitely. The Rift Herald summoned up top lane. And it looks like that will be the first tower of the game. The first dragon taken quite early. Ocean belonging to the Bam Bros. With the turret gone. Let's see. A little bush hopping. Jarvan coming up top to try to defend this and try to help clear out the Rift Herald. Galio coming in to help. The Mordekaiser was taken really low, but the Jarvan had to back out. The Rumble's finally here. The Mordekaiser dropping completely. The Rengar seems like he may be able to escape, but almost didn't make it. And by almost didn't make it, I mean didn't make it.
A little bit of a skirmish going on bot. Tristana at half health.
Did have to use heal.
Mord and Rengar were just getting punished for their greed. They shouldn't have. They probably shouldn't have gone to the tier 2, but that is what they ended up doing, and got punished for it.
So as we can see, the kills, they're pretty much completely distributed on one person each for each team. 4 kills on that Rumble and 4 kills on that Rengar. And it looks like Orange's Juices is starting up the dragon, but they're Zyra being cut out completely and will be immediately killed off by Rengar. Another kill onto his record.
Ooh. Yeah, Rengar's got 3 out of 5 of his bone passive.
Dragon getting very low. Will they attempt to seal it? Jarvan hopped over and he will not get it, but he will get out. Almost died and almost got it. But that will be an infernal for the Bam Bros. And a dragon for Mordekaiser. Definitely a terrifying
That's what you
sight.
want.
Ult to try to clear off the minions, but doesn't completely clear them out.
Ooh, that dragon was kind of wasted.
Oh, and the Braum drops really, really low. The Rumble gets hit by the snare. Mordekaiser dropped as well. The auto attack will be enough to finish him off. And Mordekaiser falls down. Plenty of health bars dropping low.
That Rumble ult single-handedly won that by clearing the minions, wasting the Mordekaiser dragon, and forcing them to do something about it so that when they did dive aggressively, they just got fucked over for it. That was all Rumble ult.
Definitely a good Rumble ult. But perhaps also a little bit overstepping from the Bambros.
Mm-hmm. This Rumble is nice.
So, from what we can see here, Rengar handing over the blue to Lux. What a nice guy. Is just sitting there taking the damage.
What a man.
What a good cat. Always loyal to his master. So if we look at the gold differences between the two most fed carries on each team, we can see that Rumble has a 5.9k gold and the Rengar has about the same, but Rengar is looking to increase that by killing off the Zyra, but gets killed off in the process by the Jarvan and Zyra combo. But the Lux will finish off the Zyra. Good Lux ult. And definitely good response. Good response from Jarvan and Zyra to the sudden Rengar appearance. Orange's Juice is looking to push down this mid tower. Jarvan possibly looking to tower dive. Doesn't seem to find any mark. The Rumble ult to clear out the minions.
Now see, I think taking that turret actually kind of fucked Mordekaiser. Because what level is he? He's level 10. He's one behind Rumble. And I really don't think he has anywhere he needs to be right now, because top is pushed way past to where he can like be. Because if he was pushing out top right now, he'd just get soloed by the Rumble. So it kind of just leaves him in a weird spot to where he needs to duo lane. And that puts Lux kind of behind on levels.
Definitely an interesting thought. Turret in the mid will go down to the Tristana bomb. That will be 3 turrets for the Bambros, and none from the Orange Juices.
That is
Jarvan
true,
looking for an engage, gets the ult off on Rengar. The Lux ult comes down along with the binding. Jarvan getting really low and stunned and killed by the Tristana ult. Galio out of position and does get in the middle of the team, but Braum and Rengar go down. The Zyra looks to be the next one, and Tristana gets a lot of kills under her belt.
That was pretty fucking great.
The Rumble, all there is to defend this. A 2-for-4 trade. Most certainly worth it for Bambros. A scary prospect that they could not burst Rengar fast enough when that was their ideal target. Got a lot of damage off before he died.
Lux is also coming up pretty good, too. 2 kills. Really nice CS.
That is true. In terms of gold, she's now more gold than Rengar, along with Tristana. Thanks to that entire outcome of that team fight. So, as we can see here, the next dragon will be Infernal, and teams possibly rotating around that fact. Varus pushing out bot. Looks like he may be caught out by the Rengar and the Braum. This does not look good for the AD carry. And he is immediately nuked down by the Rengar. Nuked so quickly it made me lose my speech.
Can you see Rengar invis with a pink ward?
I believe they can only see camouflage, and it is revealed by nearby enemy champions and turrets, but it does not say that it is revealed by wards. So it imagine.
Yeah, what a dumb addition to League that was. Make 2 kinds of invisibility, so that pink wards only see one type.
Yeah. Braum looks like he's caught out of position, has to flash over. The Rumble ult looking to finish the job, but the Tristana heal is going to keep him nice and healthy. They're looking for this dragon again. Deltrice getting very, very low.
Like, you don't want this.
And the dragon will be killed by the Lux. And the Rumble gets nuked down along with the Braum. Jarvan looking for that Lux. Lux has to flash away. Mordekaiser in the middle of all of them with his Dragon Pet. And Jarvan will go down along with the Galio. This looks bad for the Orange Juices as they do get aced. 1 for 5.
Tristana literally just sat on the wings of that and just autoed. That's all she did, and she did so much damage.
Tristana definitely being left alone here. Not the ideal target to ignore. This AD carry is coming up and is currently the most gold on their team. Definitely cannot be ignored. The inhibitor will go down. It cannot be ended off of this, but it's definitely a push in the right direction. We can now see an 8.4k gold difference. This does not look good for Orange Juices. So I know I asked you this once before, but Orange Juices, if you were on this team, what do you think you would need to do in order to get back into the driver's seat here?
Secure Baron and split push.
Makes sense.
I think if they all group mid, besides J4, and possibly create a split push after they get a Baron, getting Baron's a whole nother aspect in itself. But
yeah, it's definitely going to be hard for them, but Baron could be a huge part of that. It's definitely helped a lot of teams come back before. The question is, how will Bambros proceed to prevent that? We're just going to have to find out. It does look like Orange Juices is going to look towards the Baron. Bambros looking to try to stop it. And this could be the deciding moment. Tristana split pushing bottom could lead to the decision to try to do Baron. Varus taking a lot of damage from the Lux ult. Bambros' 4 members are here. But Orange Juices don't have an answer to Tristana yet. Varus looking to back. Used his ult, couldn't find anybody. It looks like they may be walking down. Rengar caught out immediately, and it looks like he's going to be bursted down. His GA is popped. He used his ult, but he won't be getting out.
Bracket.
Oh, God, I left it on there.
Oh, God.
No. No, I didn't. I left it on. Oh, man. I left it on there for 12 minutes. Oh, that is embarrassing.
Professional streamer, don't mind us.
I apologize, friends. I pulled a goof. We will see Jarvan getting quite low.
Ooh, Tristo wants it though.
Jarvan getting killed by the Tristana ult. The Tristana resets. That will be a dead Zyra.
Oh, another reset.
One more reset, and
Line
it will be enough to get the Varus. And that will be a quadra kill. Thank you, Lord Mord. I knew I could count on you.
Holy shit. What the worst part about that is I paused the stream for this game because it was like lagging behind by like 4 minutes.
What is wrong with my son?
Otherwise I would have seen it.
The worst part for me is that I had the stream in another tab, and I opened it or changed the bracket, so I didn't have it open to see if it was wrong. But it looks like the Nexus is taking a lot of punishment. The Lux ult comes down, but this may just be it. And it is Bambros and Jarvan. Oh, God.
And that's the whole... That's the last 2 minutes of it. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Jarvan fell down into the pits of the Nexus as he was embarrassed by the fact that the spectator missed 12 minutes of the match.
What a fucking guy, man.
Yeah, he's the one who shows us that sometimes you just got to make a sacrifice. Definitely hard to call out a PvP there, but I'm going to have to say that it was... It's easy to say it was Tristana because she was doing so much damage. I'm going to have to throw the MVP over to Rengar. Building up that early lead and building up the necessity from Orange's Juices to go after him over all else and letting Tristana get to that point where she could just stand there and auto people to death. Gotta throw it over to Rengar. What do you think?
Dude, I don't know. I think it was Rengar because he got a snowballing. Actually, no. The Triss. What the fuck? The Triss just carried the team fights either because she wasn't being properly focused or when she was just running down people and resetting. Like, Triss did fucking loads of damage. What was the damage chart looking like?
Rengar did 9,000, Tristana did 13,000.
Oh. Lux did so much damage. What the hell?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Shadow carry Lux right here.
Definitely the mysterious damage dealer. So, if we're all done watching the highly unprofessional stream here,
Ah,
let's go ahead and get the brackets updated for you guys. As we can see, we've got Becky's Boobs versus Bam Bros, and then Becky's Babes versus Throw for a Blow. Varus's damage. Oh man, the Jarvan did more. Varus definitely did not have a huge impact throughout that game. Well, again, sorry that you missed most of what I was supposed to be streaming, but
yeah, Ripperino there.
hopefully we won't miss a single bit from this next game here. Definitely the joining spectating late definitely threw me off on the swapping of scenes.
Becky Boobs and Bam Bros code. You already in?
I do not have it yet, no.
It was in chat like 10 posts ago.
Oh, okay, I see it there. Posted by Becky. Okay, I'm in.
Are they still in the Yes, they are.
Alright, so we will be looking to start this game shortly. Of course, this will be Becky's Boobs' first match in this tournament. Able to sit back and watch the poor streaming quality. We're gonna have to see if yeah, I will 100% make sure I catch it. Don't you worry, Steadio. Well, Zaxcad, I will be watching the Becky's Boobs versus Bam Bros. We will be hopping into Champion Select shortly once the teams have readied up and all the people from BB enter. I could, but your Twitch name says Zach Cad. Or Zaxcad, rather. So my brain doesn't immediately jump to Deltrice. You've already done Champ Select? Are you from the Becky's Babes versus Throw for a Blow Kite 484?
Yeah, it was Becky's Babes mid laner.
Alright, so there's an update for you guys. We have seen that Throw for a Blow has defeated the Jeb Stewart Waiters. And it looks like they are now into past Champ Select and is beginning their game. If you're looking to if you are looking to spectate that stream, you can always go spectate Becky's stream, which will give you her team's point of view from the whole thing. It says I am dropping frames, though. That does worry me.
You are sounding a little bit robotic over there.
I wonder if that's just memory leakage or not. It doesn't bode well. All the frames are hitting me at once. Attempting to reconnect. My Twitch has gone down. That is incredibly unfortunate. I will try stopping the stream and then restarting it real quick. You can hear me. Am I robotic-y on Discord as well?
You just got on robotic.
Alright, I imagine the reason is because my internet is lagging a bit for some unknown foreseeable reason. Hopefully we're back here. I did restart the stream. I don't see any drop. Am I robotic?
If it's not too big an issue, can you make a quality setting that isn't 1080p 60?
I can probably try.
Because that's really something you're going to want to do for people watching on their phones and whatnot. It's never a good idea to just have 1080p 60 as a quality. And I'm rather sure you can set qualities.
So where would I go to set that? Is it under Twitch settings?
I would think so.
We do have the ready checks coming out from people. I will have to look into that hopefully during this game and try to figure it out so I can restart my stream so I can do that. It says not to start yet. Alright, well, while we're waiting for both teams to start this champ select, both teams do look ready. So we should be getting into that soon. I'll try to look into trying to get that setting.
Oh. I suppose they are. For some reason, I thought Arius and Aethrin were mixed up, but no, they are in LCS order.
Need to change my bitrate down a bit. I can do that. And change the 60 or 50. It's already at that. Key interval frame 2. Main/high 4.1.
Says not to start yet.
I'm curious to know what they mean by it says not to start yet.
Battlefy says wait. I didn't know that Battlefy. Here.
I don't see a reason why you can't. I don't know why Battlefly would be saying not to go, but I imagine...
Well, the issue is, if Battlefy is saying to wait, it might not recognize the match properly if they do start early.
I guess that would be a huge problem.
because Battlefy does this all automatically somehow with tournament codes.
Right. Definitely don't want to mess around with their system.
But everybody's up to the next round. Maybe because it's a bye that's having issues? Wait, I wonder if it's saying wait because orange... Because... Wait, no, that wouldn't make sense.
We're looking to resolve the issue. Sorry for the wait, guys. Just says when both teams are ready to start.
Does Battlefy still say waiting?
I never had Battlefly tell me to wait before. But it looks like we will be starting and we'll be getting into Champion Select, so let's bring you guys into it.
Let's go. Alright, who's the first pick?
Alright, we will see the Mordekaiser thrown out.
Mordekaiser, that's a good band.
Possibly a target ban, but we can never be sure. Lord Mord banning Katarina. Lux throws down and is out of here. The Reliant Soul. Now that's quite an interesting choice.
Not really. Kill No Mercy is an ASOL one trick.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's also a cat main.
Yeah, I believe I remember Kill No Mercy appearing in the Azire Invitational and throwing down an Aurelion Soul.
Those are literally his only two champs he can play, so I'll be interested to see who's he playing.
So we see the Leon and the Zac throw down next. Who are we going to expect out of 6'6 Jordan 99?
Yes, we're expecting Sion. Ooh, Malphite. Dumb tank time. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, not exactly being a one trick and having your one trick in your name the best.
Yeah,
you know?
it's definitely a target ban against Arias. So we see the Malphite throw down against the Shen, possibly picking an order once again.
Yeah.
The Malphite definitely going to have some problems against Shen, trying to kill him out with the Shen's natural ability to trade. But I think it's going to be a problem with Shen as well. It's difficult to say who will win that matchup. Do you have any insight?
Well, they're not going to fight. I don't think they are. Because that matchup isn't who can 1v1 the best. That matchup is who can TP the best. And if it's Shen who has 2 TPs, it's going to be Shen who wins. Malphite's power is going to come in mid-game when he can ult 5 people and say, haha, you lose.
Definitely could come down to those TPs. We see the Fizz coming out of Kill No Mercy. Definitely sticking with the theme of Katarina and the assassin name.
Huh. I've never seen him play Fizz before, so that's going to be interesting.
I agree. And we got the Rammus throw down for good measure. The Rammus versus the Rengar.
I like Rammus in Rengar matchup. I feel like Rammus can do a lot with that.
If you can land that taunt perfectly, the Rengar could be easily negated.
Oh, yeah. Land that on-click CC perfectly.
The Ahri thrown down to deal with the Fizz. Now, this can be very rough for the Ahri, because Fizz can easily throw down that ult. And even with Ahri's dashes, Fizz nearly needs to just walk up to the Ahri in order to get off his nuking session.
Yeah. I don't
Especially-
know anything about mid matchup, so
Well, from my experiences, I know that it's definitely hard for an Ahri to be able to successfully deal with a Fizz without putting herself in a huge amount of danger. Her ult needs to be on point to dodge that Fizz ult. Otherwise, it's going to be a big problem.
that makes sense.
We can see the Ezreal ban coming out from the side of
Ezreal's
Becky's
always a good
boobs.
ban.
And then we see the Sona and Lulu coming out from Bambros. And the final Tristana ban focusing on Athrun.
Yeah, they focus ADCs while the other focus supports. I
Looks
wonder
like-
if that says anything.
Looks like everyone else is once again picking an order of where their roles lie.
Well, essentially nobody went for power picks, they're all going for comfort picks. So, not really a big surprise, but
It seems like there's not really any champions that these guys want to prioritize. It is
apparently they're prioritizing Janna.
a few seconds before their AD carry. Probably couldn't make up his mind in time.
Wait, no, they're just not in LCS order. 1 second.
Are they not?
Well, no, because frankly Fargus is the support.
Oh, that is
God damn it.
definitely.
Not like it's an actual problem, but
This will go on their permanent record.
yeah. The tournament casters will remember this. Alright, that's a Vayne Brown bot lane. Holy shit. I don't know how bot lane is gonna turn out personally. Because either can win, in my opinion.
I think the Xayah versus the Janna is going to be quite an interesting matchup against the Vayne Braum. Xayah having plenty of early game damage to deal with his Vayne. Vayne having plenty of mobility to dodge the Xayah snare. But I think I'm going to have to give the edge over to the Vayne only because her early game will not be as dramatically taken back with the Braum assistance coming in to block out those Xayah autos. So I think the trading potential is in Vayne's favor, which gives her that early game leeway to scale into that late game devastating force that we all know is Vayne. But that could all easily change with the Rammus. If that Rammus pulls off a good gank, that Vayne, no matter how jukesy and how double lift she plays, will be completely terminated, assuming that Rengar is not the priority. With the Rengar and Vayne, both heavy AD champions, Rammus will probably be very happy to build out that armor. I won't message Becky's boobs during the match, but I will message them after.
Alright. Becky's boobs about what?
About their LCS incorrect order.
Oh my. Fucking put them on stakes. No, it is a big deal, Lord Mord. See, even though they picked at the same exact time, it's a huge deal. These boys are fired.
We need
no prizes for them.
We have already alerted the authorities.
Yes, the cops are on way to Unhappy Life's premises as we speak. Holy shit! Actually, no. With all the swatting nonsense, it's probably horrible to say. My bad. I'm just joking. Bad joke. Yeah, I don't. Fuck. I feel like the mid game of the Malphite Rammus, the Fizz, and the Xayah are gonna be so good with all that layered CC. With Fizz and Malphite able to CC potentially their whole team, and Xayah able to, get off a good feather spout. But on the same thing, you got Shen with the Rengar, and I think that's going to be interesting. if they pull off like the submarine tactic you usually do with Evelyn and Shen. You know, if Shen ults Rengar while he's like ulting bot lane, for instance, that could
Yeah.
end up really cool. And probably put them in a really good lead.
Yeah, definitely going to require some decent awareness from Malphite.
Already got that barrier against Fizz. She's scared.
She's definitely going to need it too.
Yeah.
It'll cancel out a lot of Fizz's burst.
Hopefully.
So we see the Malphite versus Shen. I actually want to give the edge over here to, in my opinion, Shen. Because I think he has a lot more versatility when it comes to his roaming around. But both these teams have plenty of team fight. It's hard to pick a winner here.
No, I'm still gonna go with Shen's gonna, like I said at the beginning, top lane is gonna be based on who can use their TP better, not who can 1v1 better.
Yeah.
Or at least it should be. It could very much go that Shen's brainless and just dies to Malphite Q spam. It could go that way. I'm not saying it can't. I'm just saying the way I see it played. And I think the team with Shen and Rengar are going to have a lot more pick potential. Way more pick potential than the other team. Fizz is always good with throwing his fish out and catching somebody unawares, but in terms of like actually getting somewhere and actually getting those people out of position into a death CC spiral, whatever you want to call it. And I think the team fighting is a lot better from blue side, like I said.
It's
We'll
definitely
see
going
how
to be
it plays out in game, though.
It's definitely going to be an interesting game. It could go either way, but both teams having their own edges. We'll have to find out. We have 2 stopwatches this time instead of 6. Quite an interesting turn of events. One on Rengar and one on Vayne.
Wow, really? That's interesting.
Indeed.
I wonder why Rengar's going inspiration. He did get boots too. I'm pretty sure, the magical boots.
I only wish we could see the Masteries
Oh yeah, that'd
in the
be so
spectate
good.
view.
But especially because masteries are so big a deal. But then we'll probably talk about like 5 minutes on masteries and miss a team fight or something. They're all TPing bot lane. Well, hold up. I need to talk about this inspiration tree.
So we are finally here. The game has begun. We see the junglers beginning their paths. The Ram is starting at red, and the Rengar also starting at his own red.
Mm-hmm.
The bot lane giving a pretty beefy leash.
Yeah. Shen gave a pretty alright leash himself.
I always find that carrot skin to be so funny.
Carrot fin. I like it. Especially the giant bunny that pops out with his ult. I love that. That's a good skin.
I definitely find it interesting, but I have to say that my personal preference is the Void one. Oh, the Rengar coming in for an
Ooh.
early gank. The taunt lands on Malphite. He throws
And
down
this
the
is gonna
attack
be
speed
an easy
debuff.
stun. Wait, Rengar. Oh my.
The Rengar waits quite a while before he jumps in. Malphite dropped really low, but no summoners burned.
Why did Rengar wait so long?
His attack speed got massively slowed by the Malphite.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But Malphite overstepped
Ooh.
perhaps a little bit too far. Has to
That was
flash
good.
out. The Rammus coming up for
Oh.
that return gank
Rammus with first blood.
and gets easily first blood.
Yeah, you kind of always want to ward that bush when you do a gank top. I think he was going toward that bush as Rammus popped out of it, which is kind of sad.
You see the teleport used up immediately by the Malphite. Already taking away that early pressure. Could definitely be worth it if Shen could get something through his teleport.
Malphite's back up with full HP though.
And
Ooh,
Shen
Shen,
taking a
don't be
lot of
greedy.
damage.
Okay.
Underestimating that
He's
Malphite.
gonna get out.
Forced to back himself and probably TP
Gonna be
himself.
interesting if he TP back. He really shouldn't. Wait, let me get back my camera up there.
I don't think
Yeah.
the wave's pushed enough
Malphite
to
can't
warp
push
it.
into tower fast enough, so he shouldn't TP
But that
back.
is a lot of chunk damage out onto the Vayne. We will see the Shen TP coming out.
Ah, that's unfortunate. He could have easily, like, since Fizz is so prone to all-inning Aries, as you said, then he should have really saved that for an all-in. Fizz decided to do the wrong thing. He's gonna win a big trade though, top lane.
Ahri trying her best to harass that Fizz as much as she can.
Ooh, Rengar and Turtle Boy about to meet again.
Rengar getting knocked up immediately and taunted. Doing not as much damage as he would have liked. Ends up having to walk away.
Yeah, that was a questionable trade. I feel like he could have just walked away. Gotten each other's information on where they were and just went and done what he's doing right now. Interesting. That lane's super fucking even. Oh wait, no. As I say that, Vayne's up 12 CS. Never mind. They must be harassing the fuck out of me. Or, Zaya.
Vayne taking her own forms of harass too. They look like they're going in. The Condemned doesn't quite make it. The Vayne taking a huge amount of damage. Zaya possibly going to get stunned by the Braum. Rammus coming in to protect, but the Braum just can't do enough damage. Has to flash out, and Zaya chasing down, but won't have enough.
Easy.
The Shen taunts to
That's
get
so
the damage on Malphite.
unfortunate.
But Zaya will come away with the kill on Vayne.
Is Malphite maxing Q? Oh no, he's not maxing Q. I would have liked to see a Q max from Malphite.
It's
Just
definitely
so he can actually have like some presence in this lane.
It's definitely tempting, but it doesn't seem to be what he's going for, is it? Nope. Looks
No.
like he's going for that attack speed debuff to lessen Shen's trading capabilities.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, if I was this Malphite, I'd be playing it more like getting the Shen out of my face so that he can auto me instead of letting him auto me just slower.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my personal take on the matchup, but we'll see how Malphite does it.
We'll have to see indeed. Shen getting that.
They're both level 6 too, and Malphite's TP is down, so Shen's gonna be a lot more useful.
Shen already
What I
getting the
wanna see
Bombi
is-
Cinder. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, what I want to see is Rengar do what I said with the submarine Evelyn tactic that's usually used. I want to see him insta-give this Fizz so that Ahri can do something in this lane. I think Zaya is just a little bit too safe with her ult and Janna's ult and the heal and the shield and the flash. You got a little bit too much defensive shit to make that work.
Perhaps. But we'll have to see. It could all easily come down with positioning. Shen trying to get a little bit of a trade going off of here. It's not going to get too much. But Rammus coming up for the
Ooh,
gank.
Rammus is in there.
The
but
Shen
he
has to
can't
flash
get the-
away. The Malphite ults in. The Rammus taunt does land. The Shen getting very low. He has no more flash, and he will go
Ooh.
down to Malphite. That is a desperate kill that Malphite most certainly needed.
Oh yeah, that felt good. Whenever you kill a Shen, it feels so fucking good.
Indeed. Ahri and Fizz keeping kind of even. They are going for the dragon on the side of Bambros. And they don't really have much opposition to this. They try to get it with the REQ, but they don't seem to get it. The Rengar ult comes down, the Shen ult as well. The taunt lands on the Xayah. The Xayah gets ult off, but it doesn't seem like it'll be enough. The teleport coming in from the Malphite.
TP
But he
so
cancels it.
late, and he cancels it.
The Ahri caught out by the Fizz and has to flash and barrier to get away.
Oh, Vayne still wants it. Vayne's got it.
Vayne's looking hungry for that Rammus. Uses the blast cone to get over. And it looks like the entire
he's
team's
got
going to be chasing.
5-man collapse on him. Oh,
He's looking for that execute.
he's not gonna get it though.
Not with the Ahri Foxfire. And not with that charm landing perfectly. Well done by Ahri.
That was a good guess on where he was.
And so, already, we see some kills coming out for both sides. And nothing really strong on one side or the other.
Yeah.
Malphite taking a little bit of harass. Not enough to worry him, though.
Get this Shen out of my face. Yeah, I'm still questioning why Malphite's doing the auto attack max. Or the auto attack debuff max.
Patrice once again taking punishment to handle over the blue.
What a good kitty.
Indeed. He knows his master well. You see the Shen pushing out top pretty hard. Malphite ulting in order to get some damage and harass out.
What the? Okay.
An interesting decision.
I mean,
Probably suspecting that with his TP down, he's not going to be making any big plays. But definitely not something I would have done. But you never know.
yeah, DP and ult are gonna be back up at about the same time. Maybe take 10 seconds.
Rengar looking for bot lane.
Ooh, is he? Ooh, yes he
Xayah
is.
and Janna are out of position. Vayne ults
Oh,
in,
that's
condemns him
silly.
closer to Rengar. The Xayah ult comes out, keeping her safe. The Braum ult hits,
He's
but
gonna
it's
get
too late. They're under the tower. The Xayah looks like she's beating back her opponents, and nothing will happen. Shen taking a huge beating up top lane. Rengar looks like he thinks he found something, but cannot find it. The Xayah burst is too much. The Ahri ults to safety almost landed on the taunt by Rammus. It
A lot
seemed
of
like
action
Rammus
happening.
was in range, but couldn't quite find it. If Malphite did have his ult, this would be a kill.
Yeah.
But this is a kill anyways because his E and Q hurt like a truck. Another
Alright.
kill for that Malphite. And he also has Sheen. Definitely,
Ooh, wow.
definitely an unexpected burst of damage coming from the Malphite than you would expect.
Alright, there we go.
Things looking good for the bot lane and top lane of Becky's boobs.
Yeah, Kern, this is Becky's boobs, not Becky's babes.
An interesting decision for their name. The Shen ult coming on the Rengar. The Malphite is
Ooh,
taken
nice.
really low. The
I
taunt
like
lands.
it.
The tower does go down, but Malphite dies in the process.
Oh, he got first tower blood with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say worth for Malphite.
Rammus looking
I'm gonna say
for
worth.
Rammus looking for the Ahri. The Fizz not confident in landing the ult and does not throw it out. I would definitely say once you saw the Rengar, the best decision would be to go for that tower.
Yeah, well, Rengar and Shen both wasted ultimate to get the kill, even though the kill was pretty much secured. While Malphite now has ult and R up. He's gonna walk back top lane in case he needs that TP too. Good decision. I like this Malphite a lot. Didn't mind what I was saying with the Q max.
I would love to try to catch their game, Curtin Wolfer, but I'm not sure if we will be able to unless this one ends quickly. But if their game is still up by the time that that this game's over, we will most certainly pop over there and check out what's happening at the end. We do see some harass coming out. The Braum ult hits.
Braum
the
ult?
Rengar's here. The Janna taken very low and instantly nuked.
Kill Janna. Oh my god.
The Xayah ults to stay safe, but the Janna finally going down. The Fizz taking out some frustrations out on the Ahri.
Ooh. His ult was up too. Do you think Fizz should have used ult there?
Ahri also had her ult up, so it is questionable. If you throw it at such a short distance, it does almost no damage, so it's really hard to say that.
Oh, it does damage with distance. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Never mind, you're probably right. I just thought the amount of CC, you know, like the CC AoE just got bigger. I thought that was it.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but the damage is pretty. It's similar to Jinx, and oh, the taunt comes down on the Ahri. She's under a tower. This is a lot of damage for her to be taking
the Malphite wants in.
But the Shen comes in.
Actually.
The Malphite TP in return, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get much out of it. The dragon is being done by Bambros, and it will be an infernal for them.
That was a lot of wasted stuff from. Oh, that's a dead Malphite.
It will be an ocean dragon
next.
next.
That's a whiff of a...
The Fizz taken low by the Shen. The Malphite getting very low. The Fizz ult comes down. It hits Braum. Malphite even dropping even lower. Fizz as well. Vayne's here in the back line, ready to do something. The Malphite ults in. The attack speed duff hurts. The Janna ult to keep everybody healthy. The Malphite dropping very low. Fizz coming down to the Vayne. Shen dropping to the Malphite Q.
Ooh.
And Rammus fighting off that Vayne. It doesn't seem like she wants to keep fighting this. Rammus and Janna still chasing. Rammus flashes in. Vayne taking a lot of damage, but so does Rammus. Rammus falls to the turret. Vayne looking for that return kill, and will find it.
I like that one. Rammus ran under turret like, Janet, you got the damage to back me up? Janet's sitting there with no mana like, yeah.
Rengar avoiding that Malphite E. Almost dying. Ahri did. Fizz teleporting in for that kill, but Ahri flashed to safety. Very, very close stuff here.
Yeah, what HP is Ahri sitting at?
And after all of that exchange, 1k gold difference. You're most certainly seeing a pretty close game, in my opinion. Both teams are giving quite their trades. Ahri 3-0 and Vayne 4-1. Looks like they're going to be the big carries.
Red team skills are on their carries, while blue team skills are on a Malphite, and that's not optimal to say the least.
Condemn goes down. The Rammus can't find a way in. Shen pushing down this turret. And the other 4 members of Becky's boobs are pushing down the bottom tier turret.
They got nobody mid.
Janna being incredibly aggressive to get that ward, taking the tower shots, and the Rengar will immediately nuke her down. Yeah, very aggressive. And Rengar looking for the backline possibly there. He is spotted out by a ward. This is dangerous for the Rengar.
In my opinion, they should just be pushing mid. They shouldn't be trying to force a fight right now. They should be mid, trying to take more than just that first turret.
The Shen ult comes down, but is cancelled by the Malphite ult himself. The Rengar will go down. The Fizz ult hits Braum. And the Vayne is able to finish off the Fizz. The Braum getting very low, but the Rammus, can he do it? Vayne is smacking him and smacking him, but he will not be able to finish off the kill. Braum gets away, and Vayne gets away with the triple.
They do end up with the kills in a 7-1 Vayne, so all is good that ends well.
Quite a close call. Shen doing his best to keep top lane from going overboard. And from that fight, we can see a difference already mounting up. We've got a 3.5k gold lead in favor of Bambros. Not quite lethal yet, but it could easily spiral into that with a 7-1 Vayne. And as you said, half of the kills are on that Malphite. A lot of their gold is on that Malphite. Very close to Xayah in terms of their team's gold. Both at 6.7k about. While the others are trailing around at 5.2 and 5.5.
What's that second summoner spell Rammus has? What is that?
That is Hex Flash.
Oh, I see. It looked like Ignite from... I don't know. I forgot what Hex Flash looked like, I suppose.
Yes. Cannot forget the fact that the AD carry was not originally a part of their roster. Malphite looking like he's trying to get away in. The Rift Herald is taking a lot of damage. Shen dropped very low. Rammus is now in the fray. The smite does not go down. Malphite gets the kill on the Rift Herald. Ahri dropped really low, and Shen about to die in turn. The Malphite ult hits 3. The Braum has no way out. And the Fizz will get the kill. And the Rift Herald...
I'm greedy of them without words.
The Rift Herald goes on Rammus. The Rengar immediately nuked down for being out of position. Feels bad. The Vayne pushing down bottom. Their strongest champion. Nowhere near the Rift Herald. That could be just what Becky's boobs are looking for.
Split push Vayne. That's my favorite.
Vayne decides that she needs to go stop that Rift Herald push. Heading straight for that mid lane. The TP coming out from Shen. The Shen does land the taunt, but there's no turret to back them up. Janna is forced to flash away from that Vayne. The Rammus taunt lands, and Xayah's burst will be enough to finish off that Vayne. Xayah forced to flash away, however, to keep safe away from the Shen, but that may not be enough. Gets hit by the Braum Q. The Ahri is here, and the Q will land. The Ahri kills the Rammus and the Vayne. The last ult charm will not be enough to reach Fizz. And Fizz will get away. But Ahri coming in 2 kills stronger. And after all is said and done, the gold difference is now equated to 300. A very small difference. These teams are fighting neck and neck, back and forth. We can see Rengar trying to solo the Ocean Dragon. Let's go ahead and pop over a visit, and he will get it effortlessly. Becky's boobs had no idea what was happening. So it's hard to say who's in the driver's seat. Malphite once more getting more kills out of the fight than Xayah.
Well, yeah, the teams are really even right now, and all tier 1s are down, so it's kind of a really awkward point in the game where most of what you want to be doing is waiting for either neutral control or wave control. And right now, the wave control isn't really on blue side's side. Although red team just all considered to give up pressure everywhere and back all at once, so that's also something.
Can't forget about that.
Blue team's positioning around Baron, but not putting down any wards, which is just mind-boggling. Well, they're barely positioning around Baron, more just that push in mid lane, which is quite a question.
Rammus looking possibly for some kind of engage. Becky's boobs are all 5-man, Xayah possibly backing. Vayne now approaching the fight. If they can catch another battle without the Vayne being anywhere near, this could be a golden opportunity to take the lead.
Yeah, I don't.
It looks like Bambros are possibly looking to do Baron, and it looks
Yeah.
like they're starting it up. Becky's
Blue
boobs
team
are in
all
no
backed
position.
at the exact same time, letting them do this.
They're in no position to stop this. It will easily go over to Bambros.
Beautiful.
A good, beautiful call on the Bambros side. So now we're just gonna have to see what they want to do with this. What was an even difference earlier is now turned into roughly a 2.5k gold lead. And that can only escalate, assuming that they use this Baron properly. Rengar looking for that Xayah. The ult has been thrown down.
Well, yeah.
Oh, and takes
Xayah
a huge
has
chunk of
all-
her damage.
Oh!
The flash
That
to,
was good flash from Rengar right there.
to avoid the snare. Beautiful indeed.
Although he could have gotten out of it with his roar, but it was details.
It looks like they're pulling off the 1-3-1 strategy. Mid
That's
turret
good.
will
That's
fall.
what they should.
Malphite taking a lot of punishment. Rengar keeping that bot lane pushed. And Vayne looking to join. Swapping from a 1-3-1 to a 1-2-2. Rammus heading down bottom. They will get that bottom inhibitor tower though. Vayne ulting. Rammus getting dropped very low. Rengar looks to be in a lot of trouble, and he will get nuked down. The Braum ult hits, and the Janna is immediately deleted. The Malphite ult to stop the Shen and kill him as well.
What you doing?
The Xayah is trapped. She can't do anything. She can root them, but that's all. She falls down along with the Fizz, and this will be an inhibitor. And this could be bad. This could be a Nexus tower for Bambros, or at least another inhibitor tower. Looks like Ahri is not willing to pass through that threshold. The Rammus coming in. Very, very dangerous for her, and she will be taunted to her death.
Ooh.
A good pick out by Rammus.
Yeah, that was a juicy pickup too.
This looks like it will still be the inhibitor tower, but I don't think they can get much more out of this.
Killing Ahri is gonna cost them that. Rammus either had the decision to scare the Vayne away or kill Ahri.
Regardless, I think it was a good move to kill the Ahri.
It was a juicy pickup of gold.
So now we are seeing, again, the 5.3k gold difference. Slowly increasing from that 2.5k. It is looking good for the Bambros.
Looking very good. Oh, Vayne wants a 1v1 the Malphite.
Malphite getting low, has
Malphite's
to
trying
flash.
to walk away.
And that could be a huge summoner spell for Bambros to take away. Malphite flash ult is their best initiation.
They're taking that last outer inhib.
It looks to be the case. The Shen taunting in order to get some damage on the Malphite and then backing off, realizing everyone else is there. All 5 members of Bambros are here. But they decide not to keep pushing top lane. The Infernal Dragon is about to come out. Rengar looking to grab it up. He's looking hungry for that dragon meat. And it doesn't look like Becky's boobs are gonna try to stop this.
Yeah, Zion needs to get some bot lane control on those minions.
And there goes
And
the
I don't know
Infernal Dragon.
what blue team can do anymore, if I'm being honest.
They definitely have a long road ahead of them. They've got to try. I think they've got to try
What
to
does
get
the
the
road even
Malphite,
look like?
their Malphite to ult and kill the Vayne. I think that's their best shot. But they've also got to worry about the Ahri because she cannot be ignored.
Interesting.
Rengar coming out, possibly looking for a target. The inhibitor will fall in the middle lane. All that stands in terms of inhibitors is the top lane. Rengar ult running out. They're
He
all
had some injured
combined.
turrets.
This looks to be bad. This turret does seem like it is going to go down.
Yeah. Malphite's looking for the ult? No.
The Vayne ults in. The Malphite does manage to land it on Vayne. The taunt misses on the Vayne due to the invisibility. Braum goes down. Vayne dropped very low. The Ahri doing some work. The Vayne does in fact drop, but it just doesn't matter anymore. The Xayah is dead. All that remains is Malphite. The Ahri, the Shen flash and taunt, and the Ahri's W will be enough. Rengar pushing down the Nexus, and this will be victory for Bambros. GG Bambros, and GG Becky's boobs.
Like you said, they focused Vayne with the 2 tanks, and Ahri was just sitting in the back cleaning up.
Something's come up with our servers, and it's preventing you from patching. We're giving it another shot. In the meantime, you can check the status of our servers here. Okay, thank you, Riot. So that was quite a close game. It was neck and neck. Becky's boobs definitely giving them a good fight, but in the end, it will be Bambros that will advance. So, what would you say the MVP of this match was?
I don't know. I don't think anybody really outdid the other on Bambros. Like, there were... yeah, I don't know.
I
Ahri.
would like to say that I think that the MVP should go to Vayne, because I think Ahri got fed due to Vayne getting people so low and being so ahead to the point where Ahri could get the kills. So I think I'm going to have to throw the MVP over to the Vayne. Well played. Played the bot lane pretty well, even though the Braum was a huge part of that, along with the Rengar ganks.
Malphite was 3k damage away from tying Xayah with 20k.
Oof. Definitely a rough game.
Huh.
But as requested, we will try to look at Becky's game due to the fact that it is not over yet. So let's go ahead and try to pop in there. A 47-minute game. Definitely looks to be interesting.
Probably the saddest part about that is they banned out Kill No Mercy's champion pool, and you saw it in the game with him doing half the fucking damage of the ADC. It's really sad.
Yeah, definitely seems to have taken quite a hit to his champion pool, thus causing a big problem for him to be able to win that lane.
Poor guy.
So we're popping over in Becky's Babes versus Thrown for a Blow. And we're popping into a 10k gold deficit. And it looks like we've already got this started. Evelynn popping in for the Akali. Akali trapped in all regards. Flash is out to safety. Vayne looking to try to get that kill, but Vayne will be safe. The Evelynn pops in for the Tristana and gets the assassinate with the Jack's assistance. And for those who are just joining us, we do have Becky's Babes on blue, and we have Thrown for a Blow on red side. The Fizz is taking a lot of damage, but Fizz doing a lot in return to Evelynn, but gets assassinated by the 5-man. But they will lose the inhibitor mid tower for this.
Oh. Alright, I'm fine my int again.
You are hopping in?
Yeah, I'm fine my int.
Alright. So we can see 3 Cloud Dragons on the side of Becky's Babes, along with an Infernal Dragon coming up soon. This is great for someone like Xin Zhao, who needs that high mobility in order to get into these fights. So if we look at the kill distribution, we can see that Fizz is 14 and 3, a huge, huge problem for the Thrown for a Blow team to have to deal with. And for the thrown for a blow, they don't seem to have anyone who specifically sticks out.
Oh.
Evelyn DC doesn't sound good.
Evelyn DC and no pause.
We may see a pause here shortly.
We better see a pause here shortly.
This does not bode well. They aren't pausing, so I must assume
Boys,
there must
this
have
ain't
been...
no solo queue game. Pause the game.
This must have... Since they're only 8 minutes in, I would imagine that they've had multiple pauses in the past.
What?
This must have been a reoccurring problem.
Yeah, the only way... Wait, no, that was only a rule for your tourney, that you only had 3 pauses. Yeah, there's no pause for that.
The system has it set so you only have a certain amount of pauses.
Wait, really?
Yeah. When you're in a tournament game, you only are allowed 3 times to pause with, I believe, a 30-minute time limit for the
each
combined
team?
pause. Yes.
Well, then there's still no excuse, because that's 6 pauses.
That is true. But it doesn't seem like they're communicating that Evelyn is DC'd yet.
Did she just straight up...
I don't imagine that would be the case. Ocean Dragon will go over to Becky's Babes.
Huh.
And looking at the teams, we do see that all 5 and both sides are there. So I don't believe it's anything of the sort of someone leaving intentionally.
Hmm.
You can see Jax looking like he's about to be cornered out, slowed by the Janna, the Tristana coming in, and the flash is forced. But we
Yeah,
can see
he's
the
just
Fizz
out.
coming in. He is so thirsty for that. Jax, and he will get the kill
Ooh.
with his tide pole thing.
Yeah.
Tide pole thing.
I think it's called Trickster. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is called Playful Trickster.
There you go, Playful Trickster.
I'm glad I got my expert dictionary here for tide pole thing.
You know, it could have been worse.
I could have just said that thing with
Yeah,
that one
he
move.
bounced on the fork. He's killing him. Oh boy.
Alright, so we can see the siege up top lane. 5 people. The Fizz ult does land on the Vayne. The Vayne flashes in response, but the Fizz
That's
is doing a
a juicy
huge chunk of
fizzle.
damage and will kill the Vayne. The Fizz has to Sonya's in order to save himself from the Jax stun. The Xin Zhao and everyone else just nukes down the Jax. There's nothing they can do. It is a 4v5 after all. This does not bode well for their team. They are taunted under the tower, but no one falls. The Akali gets really low, and that will be the death of her.
Looks
But
like
Lulu
it.
also falls, and this seems like it will be the end. It doesn't seem like there's any stopping it. Becky's Babes will proceed to the finals to face off against Bambros.
Okay.
An unfortunate turn of events for that Evelyn DC.
Oh.
I can only imagine the reason that they did not pause is because they've paused so many times in the past, or that's the only reason I can come up with. Gotta throw out the MVP to the Jax for so many tiers, but I'm gonna have to throw out the game MVP to, from what I see, is the 18-3 Fizz, clearly showing an impressive dominant force throughout not just the mid lane, but throughout the entirety of the game.
Is that throw for a blow?
Huh?
Is throw for the blow with the team who had Evelyn?
That is correct.
Alright, I'll do that.
Okay. So it looks like you guys are temporarily stuck with me. We do have an updated bracket, and we will have the final match of the winners bracket coming in shortly. And give me a mere moment to quickly show you the updated bracket of how we've arrived here. It will go dark for a second, but I assure you it will change momentarily. It did not go dark, interesting. So, as we can see, Bambros versus Becky's Babes. I should probably hop into the spectators box. The AD carry for the team of Bambros, making some strong statements in the chat. Gotta love that.
Alright, well, that's kind of a sad story, what happened with them.
It is sad, but we do not have to say goodbye quite yet, as we
Cool.
can see them make a comeback in the losers bracket. Orange's Juices will be the one receiving the free round bye and going straight for throw for a blow. And we will see Becky's Boobs going on to face the winner of Jeb's Stewart Waiters versus the Soul Torn Warriors. So both of these teams have made it to the winner's bracket. The winner will go on to the grand final and then await tomorrow's victor of the loser's bracket to see who they are facing. While the loser of this round will go to face off against the winner of the L5 round. So they will be placed in the L6 round. Alright, we seem to have everybody in the lobby. Someone asked for 2 minutes just to make sure that they're ready. So hopefully we will be getting into the draft shortly. These are two teams that we have witnessed games from before so far. We have witnessed Bambros versus Becky's Boobs, and we've seen a little bit of Bambros versus Orange's Juices. And we've seen Becky's Babes versus Soul Torn Warriors, and we've seen the end of Becky's Babes versus Thrown for a Blow. So tell me, is there anything that you're looking for out of either of these teams? Because if I'd have to pick, I'd say I'm looking at Kite from the sense of the mid lane, because I think both of the games he's been a pretty dominating force.
Yeah, you're definitely right. But Atheron has been doing pretty fucking amazing. He was the ADC that carried it pretty much both games we saw. Dell's been doing pretty alright with Rengar. I'd be surprised if that doesn't get a ban now.
That would most certainly be interesting.
Lord Mord isn't gonna get his Mordekaiser a single time this turning. Wait, actually, he just got his Mord.
He did get his Mord the first round.
Yeah.
So if we pull up all three of the games here real quick, which I will attempt to do. I'm not going to put them up on stream, because that would be a lot of work to do so, but I will have them up for our references. We will be looking at both the games that Becky's Babes have played for this tournament and Bambros. So far we can see that Becky's Babes did fairly well with Kite on that Talon with the 758, and then we could see that he's done extremely well with that Fizz. He seems to be following the kind of assassin type. And as for the Bambros, we could see that Tristana had a big play, or a big part in the first win of their game. And Vayne definitely no slouch, and in my opinion, the MVP of that second game. And Tristana actually got the MVP of the first game as well. Whereas Becky's Babes, the second game, it's hard for us to pick an MVP aside from just looking at the kills. So we did pick Fizz. But for the first game, we did pick Soon Gale for that MVP on that Akali. So we can't overlook the top laner either. It seems that both teams are throwing out the ready check, so we should be popping into Champion Select very shortly. And I will not thump this up again. I will be swapping the Discord from the bracket over to the League client shortly when it does pop us in. Looks like the host has been given the order to start. And we are now in champion selection. Let's go ahead and get this process started. We could see the Mordekaiser band immediately thrown out, taking it away from the Arius. Definitely not taking away from Lord Mord. I have heard through the grapevine that he has abandoned his Mordekaiser days long ago. The Echo ban also thrown out in response. Echo has been a priority ban for people against Becky's Babes for the second game. A Singed ban coming out. That's quite interesting. And then the Fizz, most certainly watching that last game of Kites, definitely not wanting to see that experience again. The Rengar taken away from Elise, as you were saying earlier. Don't want to give away that pick that he's picked twice now already. And has had a decently good result from it. Especially during the first game. And the Warwick ban thrown out for good measure. And it seems we may see a Fiora top lane. One of the champions, in my opinion, that can 1v5 almost any team composition, aside from a heavy CC one. The Draven thrown out. Finally someone picking outside of their own pick order. So we may have to wait and see for what the top laner is. But throwing out that Draven so readily after seeing the Fiora, it's definitely sparked some interest in me, because it doesn't seem to be someone you'd want to pop out after seeing this. If Fiora does manage to get ahead, it could be a big problem for an AD carry without any sense of mobility, when the only CC that he actually possesses can be easily negated by the parry. But we'll just have to see how Draven handles that. This is a Jax lock-in, but something tells me that this may be a Jax jungle. We do see the Evelynn hover over on the side of Becky's Babes. And the Evelynn lock-in, the one champion I despise most in this league. And I cannot give much say on that, because I've never seen her played in my games, because I ban her every single game.
Yeah, Evelyn's pretty nasty.
We do see the Zoe lock-in from Kite. We all know that Zoe, who lands that Q from 800 miles away, take out 80% of your health. And the Orianna lock-in in return. Now that's an interesting matchup. Orianna has the ability to play close to the Zoe to evade that long-range Q, so it could go well for her.
Let me get in there.
And the Tristana band in return, trying to get away that incredibly mobile AD carry. Do you have any thoughts on the Evelynn and possible Jax jungle matchup, or the Fiora and the possible Jax top matchup?
I'm pretty sure Fiora wins the Jax top matchup, just because Jax can't control when he stops. Can he control when he stops the?
He can. He can.
He can.
After 1 second, he can control it, and after 3 seconds, it pops off.
I don't know then.
So
I don't play either of those champions.
I would imagine Jax has a pretty decent edge. Fiora obviously being able to parry whenever she wants, but Jax also having plenty of auto attack capabilities to duel Fiora. But in my opinion, I think it's a skill matchup. I think it's tough for me to say because I don't have experience in that particular champion setup either.
Yeah, it's probably a skill matchup.
So we see the Gangplank thrown out. Definitely points to a Jax jungle and a Gangplank top lane. Now this is far more interesting because I think this does heavily favor the Gangplank with his amount of poke that he can do on the Fiora. And Fiora getting into melee range just only furthers Gangplank's ability to kill her if he were to get ahead. And I think it's easy for Gangplank to get ahead with the barrel damage that he'll be throwing out. And now we'll see the Caitlyn lock-in from the side of Becky's Babes. The Leon and Shaco were banned.
They banned Shaco thinking that was a Jax top. That's unfortunate.
That is indeed. It is possible that they picked Jax specifically to flex, but I had the distinct feeling that when Jax was picked on Deltrice that it meant that it was not going to be for the top laner. But it could have just been a mind game. So Becky does manage to get her Lulu.
Her Lulu? She plays Janna. Where's the Janna?
It seems that she didn't want it for this composition.
Also, Becky's Babes are extremely squishy.
Definitely.
Also, with Jax, I feel like Janna would have been better because of Jax. NGP, you can put up the shields.
We'll just have to see what Becky does with this bot lane. So,
We'll have to see. Yeah.
once again, Gangplank, I think he has a pretty good edge over that Fiora with his barrels, and I think it's tough for Fiora to be able to win that matchup, but we'll have to see. Again, it's a matchup that I don't usually deal often with again, because the very rare times that I do end up facing a Fiora, it's usually against a tanky top laner on our side, so they usually end up dying a lot. We do see the Jax and Evelynn. Now, I don't know Evelynn's rework too well, and I don't know her damage capabilities too well. But I would have to say, I imagine this is going to be tough for Evelynn to get what she wants, which is assassinating the Jax. So I think it's going to come down to lane ganking pressure, which Evelynn post 6 has definitely got a lot of.
Well, the biggest thing we can probably see is Zoe landing one of those really dumb bubbles, and Evelynn coming in and just 100-0ing her with Zoe.
Yeah, it definitely is a great setup for that. And on the case of Zoe versus Orianna, I touched on this a bit earlier. I think Orianna, barrier-wise choice, by the way, I think Orianna definitely has the maneuverability that you're looking for when you want to deal with Zoe, because you always want to be able to be on the move. And with Orianna's Q being able to position her ball, she never really needs to stay in a position to cast her stuff. She can always be at that range. The only thing that she stops her movement for is her ult. So she's highly mobile in terms of being able to just never stay still. So it's going to be tough for Zoe to land that, assuming that she doesn't try to go for the AoE damage of her Q, which, in my experiences, it's not hard to dodge as Orianna. But some people do say that it is impossible to dodge it because the AoE is so large, so I could be wrong in this assumption.
Dodge Zoe,
Q.
Zoe Q.
Yeah. I personally don't really have many problems dodging it, but I know other people tell me that they've had plenty of bad experiences with it themselves in the past, and if it hits, it definitely hits like a truck or a semi-truck specifically.
Yeah.
And then we've got the last matchup down in the bottom lane. Now we've got Caitlyn and Lulu, great for poking. It's definitely a huge bully presence. Janna would have also served this purpose, but it does seem like they're going to try to go for that Lulu specifically to try to, I imagine, keep Evelynn CCing them or keep Caitlyn alive through the ult and the polymorph. We're just going to have to see what she does with it. But what do you think about this bottom lane specifically, on who you think has the edge?
Probably Draven, Braum. I don't see, well, Caitlyn has a lot of, they're going, again, with Becky's Babes bottom lane, going barrier and heal. I think this is the third time they've ran it, but that's going to keep them a lot safer from the Braum passive and the Draven just whacking on them with axes. Caitlyn also does have good range so that she can potentially play outside of Draven's range, but or at least make it harder for him to harass her. Braum also like really heavily counters Caitlyn. His shield is just so good for pretty much everything Caitlyn wants to do.
Witness
Whether it
my
be a
background.
headshot crit or a Q or a ultimate.
Hopefully no one saw that I was running Pokemon in the background. I can only pray.
Whatever. Commentating League, not playing Pokemon. What you doing?
I have Pokemon in the background of an episode I'm watching, so I have my speakers options open to modify the sound that I hear. It's just so happened to be in view of the stream. But it looks like we are finally in the game. This is the final. The winner will go on to the grand finals and await tomorrow's outcome. The loser will have to face the final opponent of tomorrow's outcome in order to get a crack at the winners once again. We'll have to see which team comes out on top. We've got Becky's Babes on the red side versus Bambros on the blue side. Good luck, everybody, and let's see what happens. And I just love that Zoe skin. I think it is so. I think it is so. Such a cool idea. I may be biased though. I love the arcade skins specifically. They are some of my favorite skins.
The Winterland skins are my favorite. The Braum one, that's so good.
Yeah, I love the winter skins too. I'm a cold enthusiast.
Sans Braum. Blowing cold chills out of his fireplace. Don't ask how that works.
So we can see that both junglers are seeming to start on their blue side this time around. This may indicate to me that Evelynn may be looking to invade real quick on the red side and hopefully look to kill that Jax. And we do see the stopwatches. We see 5 out of 10. A 50% stopwatch rate. 3 on the side of Becky's Babes. 2 on the side... Or wait, no. 3 on the side of Bambros.
Becky's Babes.
And 2 on the side of Becky's Babes.
No, there's 3 on Becky's Babes and 2 on Bambros.
Oh, wait, yeah. I did get it right the first time. I questioned myself. This is what happens.
Go with the gut.
That is exactly what I should be doing, but it's just something I never do because I'm so self-conscious. Alright, we've got a little bit of harass going down in the bot lane. It seems that Evelynn was not going for the red buff, as I had originally suspected.
Yeah, I
It
don't
seems
know.
like she's going for that wolf grab.
Unless you see and know 100% where the enemy is starting, you usually don't go for it.
We're
Ooh.
gonna get some nice harass out on that Zoe. But nothing circumstantial happening quite just yet.
Caitlyn just walking into Draven's range like that.
Gonna huge.
Draven took a nice Lulu Q though.
So we can see Spell Thief's running on a Lulu, so she's focusing purely on trying to harass the enemies in order to get her gold income.
And with Braum trying to, you know, soak up damage, it's not going to be too big a deal to even get that. You just throw a Q and Braum's going to jump in front of it to shield Draven.
Certainly.
Or at least hopefully he does.
It seems the directed camera likes to focus on this bot lane. Right. Oh, as I say it moves over to the mid lane and then right back to the bot lane. It's sassing me.
Gotta watch that bot lane. They're CSing, you see that CS? That's some good CS.
But we see some Jax roaming into the mid lane. Zoe looks like she could be in some trouble. That snooze hits the Orianna. The stun onto the Zoe.
Ooh.
A flash auto will be enough. And the first
What?
blood goes to the Jax, dropping incredibly low. Evelynn is popping up.
Can we talk about that, like, 2-unit flash? I don't know about that one.
That was definitely interesting that Zoe held on to her flash. And it, in my opinion, it was
That's
quite a misplay to not flash sooner.
That's some nice viewers.
Yeah, it is. So we can see,
Braum taking a shit ton.
indeed, taking plenty of damage. Gangplank trying his best to harass that Fiora, not getting the damage he wants, but his damage will be coming later on into the matchup as he builds up his Triforce.
Is that a Klepto? Is that a Klepto Fiora? Yeah, it looks like a
is
Klepto Fiora.
Fiora. And it
Okay,
doesn't
so...
it doesn't appear to be a Klepto Gangplank though.
Oh wait, really? What?
He doesn't appear to have any of the buffs.
Huh.
Although I could be wrong about that. Jax coming in for that Caitlyn. Caitlyn gets smited and flashes away immediately. Good response. Evelynn here for the return gank. The charm on Jax will end up in his death. And that will be a huge gain for Becky's
That was a
base.
good presence in mind for Evelynn.
Definitely being on the right side of the map at the right time. It doesn't look like Gangplank has Klepto, because he just doesn't have any of the buffs that one of the elixirs would give, and it doesn't seem like he has any of the sustain that Fiora's been getting from her healing.
Interesting. Because you take Klepto for the gold generation, not for the actual like buff items.
Right.
And if he did have that, I'd say, well, he doesn't need to play to kill the Fiora, he needs to play to get Triforce, and then play to kill Fiora. But without Klepto, I don't know how fast that's going to be possible. And with Fiora having Klepto, he still has something to gain by not letting her play aggressive on him and playing back, but...
So we can see things calming down just a wee little bit. Zoe having a small amount of mana. The junglers looking for other opportunities, but not really finding anything. Gangplank pushing in the top lane, already below half on mana. Zoe sleeping spell misses. And she's taking a lot of damage from that Orianna, is forced to use her ghost from her W. I think I could say safely that due to the amount that he's getting from landing a Q kill on a minion, he's definitely not running Klepto.
Oh,
I can only imagine
Okay.
he's running Electrocute in return. The Bambros are running for this dragon. It doesn't seem like Becky's Vase has any idea that this is happening.
no. What's worse is bot lane can potentially be collapsed on afterwards.
Gangplank taking a huge
I think
chunk
we're
of
gonna
damage.
see that right now.
Becky's Babes having it plenty warded, but Jack's not coming down for it.
Okay. I mean, they're fighting up. I mean, alright. Maybe he doesn't want a repeat of, oh boy, there's Evelyn right there. I mean, fair enough.
It is quite likely. Evelyn Red popping up. Jax may be looking to counter jungle.
Does he know it's up? Oh, he just found out.
The blue ping on Orianna.
I think he's deciding whether he wants to wait. He leaves just before Evelyn gets to it so that he has no idea where Evelyn is still.
Does
But
clear the
Evelyn knows
controller.
exactly where he is by that ping.
Jax is heading right back to the... No, he just walks past.
Still
Does-
doesn't. I think they just saw each other.
And he will be charmed. Evelyn will stun herself. But it will not be enough for
Ooh.
Jax to get away with the Zoe damage.
Zoe Q doing fucking 300 damage and they can kill that Ori.
Drowsy
Right
lands on Orianna.
there.
Takes a huge chunk from Zoe.
Oh man.
That is punishment in definition. They have
You
plenty
had
of
both
CC.
Flash and Chilling Smite to follow her over the ledge.
Oh man, I didn't even see that. Oriana's got
What?
so low. 30 health. Oh
Ooh, should we
man.
buy a Zoe Q?
Yeah.
Oh, Brahms just dead here.
I didn't see most of that due to the directed camera not popping up immediately because I didn't press D, so I apologize about that, but
It was Brahms stepping on traps and getting punished for it.
Orianna definitely taking a huge amount of punishment from this Zoe. Zoe looking to
Zoe.
land a good Q, and the minions will not block it in
Ooh.
time. The Caitlyn ult will be
Jesus
enough to kill him.
Christ.
And then it'll be a 4-person bot lane. This could be the first turret.
Why'd that do so much? Somebody tell me.
The Evelyn charm lands on the Jax, but the Jax will stun the Evelyn. Looking to be bad, she
Jax
smites the
can
Gromp
punch
for
her.
health. And is just
The Brahms gonna fucking take it back.
back off. Jackson, Orianna possibly looking to do something here. Orianna getting landed on that Drowsy. Jax getting charmed by the Evelyn and flashes over to safety. Orianna taking a huge chunk of her health for that Drowsy.
Is his ward up? No, no. Oh, that's unfortunate.
A huge chunk of damage once again from the Zoe. The more Orianna ult hits 3, but the and the
Oh,
Zoe gets
God.
stuck from the Draven. And the Evelyn kills the Braum in response. Fiora looking
was
to
a
kill
good
that
Draven ult.
Gangplank. This could be... Oh no, Fiora does not feel like tower diving. Draven looking hungry for that Evelyn. Or for that Caitlyn, rather. Fiora really looking for that kill.
Oh, everyone's still here.
The charm misses on the Orianna. The
Wants
Evelyn
it.
ults
They got
away.
a TP coming in. Keep going.
Zoe misses the Drowsy, and it decides to go for the Orianna. The Orianna does fall, but the Caitlyn falls to the Draven. Draven's caught between 2 champions. This does not bode well. The charm will most certainly land on Draven, and that will be his death.
Yep. That was pretty well played by the Evelyn to wait there for the Draven to be aggressive because the Caitlyn's low.
Yep. Turns out to be a 2-for-1 exchange.
Good, good TV by Zoe too.
So we're approaching the 11-minute mark. We can see a 4K gold difference in favor of Becky's Babes. Evelyn definitely being a huge presence. And Zoe not far behind with her huge amount of damage and landing all these crucial Drowsies. actually don't believe that's the name of the spell, but it's the name of the effect, and I should probably learn the name of the spell. The spell is Sleepy Trouble Bubble.
Oh god.
What a silly name.
What a
And
name.
that will be Oriana's
Ori-
death.
Oh my god.
Another crucial Sleepy Bubble. Jax looking to kill.
Sleepy Trouble Bubble.
Yeah, quite the silly name. The Jax can't do anything about it. The charm doesn't quite go through. Zoe looking for another trouble bubble, but doesn't seem to land it. It hits a minion, and Jax will live from all this. Zoe definitely pulling out another Fizz-like game. Pulling out some very big plays. The trouble bubble does land, but the Evelynn didn't really need it. And gets shut down by the Draven.
God.
A beautiful Draven ult.
Another Draven ult just securing a kill.
Very, very
That
nice
makes
ult.
2 out of 3 Draven kills ults.
We're definitely seeing what we've been seeing from the previous games. The Draven and the Zoe stepping up. The Caitlyn gets
That
stunned by the
Caitlyn
Braum
is
passive.
way
The
out of position.
Lulu ult will keep her alive a little bit longer, but she does go down to the Orianna. The Draven does get drowsied. He is in trouble if that lands, but it doesn't. It's the Braum. Draven does get low, but he is not by any stretch of the imagination out.
Yeah.
And
Thankfully, Brom's there to mitigate any long-range damage.
as we were saying, again, the MVPs from the previous games are showing their colors here and saying they're looking for another win.
I mean, Dell's not doing just as well as he did last game, but without the Rengar.
Evelynn tries to steal the dragon, but doesn't quite get it. Orianna gets it instead. Probably a miss smite on... It does look like Evelynn did smite it. And it looks like Jax probably didn't have smite up, so definitely a good secure on Orianna's part.
That was also a nice ult by her. Like,
Oh, and that was a
oh my
beautiful
God.
assassination by the Zoe. Definitely showing why Zoe can be terrifying to face.
Fuck, man.
These deep wards are going to matter a lot to this Zoe player.
Oh, there's about to be 3 top with this GP.
Sleepy Trouble Bubble looking for that Jax. Jax looking for that stun. Doesn't quite land it. The bubble is hit, and this will be a dead Jax.
Oh,
Draven looking
God
for that kill, but Evelynn is here and charms him into death.
Yeah, Evelynn was sitting there waiting for the charm to come up. And they're probably going to kill Braum here,
Braum
too.
gets bubbled, and the Evelynn will finish the job.
That was a good stopwatch.
Definitely a good stopwatch. Gangplank having to hold down the fort against 3 people. This looks easily diveable. He's gonna have to back off. Evelynn saying he didn't back off soon enough. The charm looks like it will land. The orange was already used. And Evelynn is doing a lot of damage. Fiora has to flash in order to finish the job, but the turret is doing so much damage. The Caitlyn ult throws down, but it's not enough. The Orianna ults in order to kill the Fiora, but the parry will be enough to save her. Zoe looking for that long distance Q, doesn't quite land it. And Evelynn does manage to kill off the Jax. The Orianna getting very low. The Braum ult coming down. The Draven looking for that Lulu. Doesn't quite find her yet. The Fiora doing tons of damage. And the Draven and Braum will both go down. No casualties on Becky's Babe's side. And the Orianna, just a casualty waiting to happen. She needs to get out of here. There's no way she can survive this. But she doesn't. And that will be a second-tier tower for Becky's Babes. And they're looking to push the inhibitor tower. A big damage chunk out onto Lulu, but it looks like that will be enough to scare them away. And looking to do a little counter jungling in the process. Now we've come to a little bit more calm part of the game, but we do see, despite the dragons leaning over in Bambro's favor, we can see a serious deficit an 11k deficit to be exact. Bambros are going for that Rift Herald. Becky's Babes do know about this, and it does seem like they may be trying to stop this. The huge Zoe damage coming down, true. The Draven ult looking for that Zoe, but doesn't seem to connect. And it looks like the Fiora, or the Jax will be able to get the Rift Herald. Evelyn forced to flash, but it doesn't look like it's going to save her. Oh, it does look like it's going to save her. Draven flashing in return, gets a Orianna ult onto the Fiora due to it being on Draven. Fiora taking a lot of damage, but the Draven goes down first. Fiora actually healing up a ton. Fiora's trying to 1v5, and it looks like she's gotten 2. She can't quite get any more. The Zoe looking as a beautiful possible assassination. Can't quite time the Q and ult right. Jax looking for that Lulu at the very least. The Polymorph will stun him long enough, and it looks like Jax is definitely doomed. The Braum goes down to the turret, and Zoe's looking for that Orianna, but got a little bit too greedy. Orianna able to get the kill.
All that stopwatch did for Jax is give the kill to Zoe.
Definitely probably a panic stopwatch more than anything.
Yeah.
But it does seem like such a chaotic fight, and it did lessen the gold difference down by 1,000. But they're going to need a lot more if they're going to come back into this. So, I ask you, if you are Bambros, what are you looking to do in order to come back into this game, to take control?
Well, we got Baron up in a minute and a half just about. I'll obviously always want to look towards Baron. You need wards, though. Red team's wards are looking abysmal at best. I think that's probably the biggest problem. You can't just current. Oh my god.
Jax taking a lot of damage out, but Evelyn seems to have overstepped her welcome. But it looks like she's just going back in. She gets the Jax and the Braum in return. The Orianna only finds Lulu. And that will be a 2-for-2 exchange. Draven looking for more. The Drowsy hits. Gangplank blocks it and is looking for that kill, but doesn't quite find it. The Fiora comes in through the back. Draven already gotten 2 vitals down. The Caitlyn ult hits Orianna, and that will be the final vital on the Draven. Fiora getting some healing off, and it is able to finish off Orianna with that heal.
God damn. Well,
Fiora
what I
becoming
was saying
quite her huge deal. Go ahead.
was that they need to put wards down so that they can manage to actually win a 4v5, hopefully, with one of the Becky's Babes out of position. Because they do have a decent team fight, and as you saw from that, they were on the good leg of it for quite a bit without Fiora being there.
Braum
but-
forced the flash. This does look dire. I do agree with you. It's definitely hard for them to come back in. I think what they should try to do is possibly try to get some turrets, because they've only gotten 1. And that does make a decent gold difference. If they can get that, they can lower the difference enough to possibly challenge Baron, or at least hope for a steal.
Well, if you want to get turrets, what you need to do is set up fucking wave control, which right now they're doing really bad. That top wave is almost constantly pushing against them. Bot wave 2. I don't think I remember seeing bot wave not push against them once this game. So they're gonna definitely need to get those 2 hours by either setting one up to die with the wave or setting up the other. But they also can't be caught out by Zoe and Evelyn, who's just all over the map.
Yeah, Zoe's definitely landing a lot of these crucial sleepy bubble troubles. Even lands another one onto that Draven. The Braum blocks it. That could have been disastrous for that Draven. And it looks like that will be an instant kill for that Zoe.
Alright, just forfeit.
They've got a lot of work ahead of them if they're gonna come through.
If I was that Jax, I'd be like, alright, wrap it up. I'm out. That tilt. That's
Becky's,
some tilt right there.
Becky's Babes looking for those picks and looking for the Baron bait. The Braum ult does come down, but it's not much they can do with it. The Orianna doesn't really hit anybody with her ult. The Zoe will assassinate the Orianna very
my
expertly.
God.
The Drowsy lands on Draven. He couldn't have gotten away even if he had wanted to. The Gangplank being chased down by that Fiora. The parry comes in to block the stun. Beautifully done. The Fiora is strong enough to 2v1 them. Becky's Babes can now go for the Baron.
Zoe killed 2 people in that team fight by throwing 4 spells.
So he's definitely a force to be reckoned with for sure. The Jax looks like he is just out of position, trying to go for that steal, but could not do it with the Fiora blocking his path. And they will
got
secure that
Baron
Baron.
pretty handily.
And is now escalated to almost a 5k or 15k gold lead. This is becoming just a deeper and deeper hole for the Bambros. Evelyn definitely doing a lot for this game, along with Fiora and Zoe. Caitlyn, of course, remaining a stable AD carry, but definitely not making the flashier plays like her counterparts. But you don't. Not everyone needs to be flashy in order to win. It's definitely everyone holding their own. No one really looks bad on the side of Becky's Babes.
Yeah.
All it takes is one sleepy bubble, and then it could easily mean a 4v5 from the beginning
Notice
of the fight.
again how they're getting pushed in.
That's
so
one bubble
hard.
on Jax. He gets to a safe distance. Zoe can't quite land the Q.
There is not a safe distance when talking about Zoe.
Gangplank lands an ult. The bubble goes on to Jax. The Braum once again saving the day, but Draven getting caught out. Another bubble thrown. Braum taking a huge chunk of damage. And their siege is just incredible.
Yeah.
The Fiora diving in on that Orianna, getting the instant kill. Evelyn diving in on the Gangplank, getting the kill. Fiora is killing this Braum. There is just nothing this team can do. And the inhibitor is down, and they're looking to end the game. The Evelyn flash for the charm, and it will go down. I don't see them coming back from this anymore. I think this is game.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Draven trying his very best to get this, but there is just no hope. Execute from Zoe, and that will be game. GG Becky's Babes, GG Bambros.
GG.
Becky's Babes definitely showing off their strengths. So from this game, I think it's so hard to pick an MVP aside from Zoe, who most certainly landed a ton of sleepy bubble troubles. But everyone else on Becky's Babe did such an outstanding job. Caitlyn and Lulu staying so stable down in the bot lane. Fiora just becoming a huge problem. Almost 1v4ing later on into the game. Evelyn becoming a crucial problem with their charms.
Zoe was by far the worst problem for Red Team because all Red Team wanted to do was fight, and Zoe was constantly picking and harassing with those long-range Qs, blowing people up in 2 hits.
I definitely
that one
have to
fight
agree.
in the blue side's jungle, or the red side's red jungle, was so bad because they got caught so many times by Zoe's sleepy bubble trouble. She actually landed 3, I think, and she got off so many crucial cues.
I think the reason Zoe deserves this MVP is just the amount of sleepy bubble troubles that she has landed.
Yeah,
There's
she
been
landed
so
like,
many crucial ones that have won them team fights due to the fact that it's just been a disadvantage for Bambros.
There
It
was
is-
that very last fight where they were sieging the middle in-hit turret. She probably got off like 3, and it was literally the death of them. They could not sustain the poke. They couldn't. Not to mention Caitlyn with her what's it called? The rapid fire cannon constantly crushing the turret with autos.
Yeah. Definitely a strong game from the side of Becky's Babes. Well played on both sides. We do have an updated bracket from that now, and I will try to pull that up as soon as I can. We are now looking at we're looking at Becky's Babes moving on to the grand finals, and we are looking at Bam Bros fighting the winner of the losers bracket at their chance to get their revenge on Becky's Babes. So as you can see there on the stream, the bracket is updated.
Wait. Yeah.
And so we will be returning tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. PST or 6:30 p.m. EST for the results of the losers bracket. We will be first looking at the Jeb Stewart Waiters versus the Soul Torn Warriors to see who comes out on top in the losers bracket against Becky's Boobs, and then Thrown for a Blow and Orange's Juices looking to take revenge. Definitely going to be a lot of fun.
Also, it'll be on a different channel. It'll be on Vest's channel, right?
In this Discord channel?
No, Vest's channel. Vest Warriors?
Oh yes, the stream will not be on Eodor for the next 2 streams. It will be on the Warriors of Azire stream. So look forward to that.
I'd say.
And I will be taking a back seat for tomorrow and the Sunday's games for Vest to be doing the play-by-plays.
I'll be looking forward to it. So that I can finally fucking lay down with this cold and cast, because what a great idea that was.
I'm not gonna lie, it's going to be really funny to me if it ends up being Becky's Babes versus Becky's Boobs in the grand
I'd love
final.
that. That's what needs to happen.
Becky will have officially influenced the entirety of the grand final. Which are stronger, her babes or her boobs? We'll never know until then.
Rude.
So I would like to thank everyone for joining me. Please tune in tomorrow to find out what happens in the losers bracket. This has been Eodor and Kat. And we are going to be signing off.
Okay,
Have a good one,
bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.